all never thought it could happen to them. But with changes in routines, distractions, or a sleeping child, it can happen to anyone. Parked cars get hot, fast, and can be deadly. So get it in your head.
Check the backseat.
A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Crossover. Oh, killer crossover.
Just crossover. It just crossed him over nastily.
Another victim to the crossovers. Cross him up and send him down.
Chicken is here again?
Yeah, I've been eating chicken this whole time. What do you think I'm doing?
I thought we have so many treats outside.
Chicken. Pedro brought chicken.
Oh my gosh, he did that for us
Pedro
last
does
week
that all
too.
the time. He's the best.
Thank you for chicken, Pedro.
Yeah.
Thank you for chicken, Pedro. Chicken. And the crossover is powered by Every Level Concrete Repair in Omaha at everylevelconcrete.com. And I'm holding this mic like I'm a talk show host. I guess I am a talk show host.
You did host a Family Feud that ended controversially.
That's true. People are still mad at me about it.
Are you aware of the famous chicken story with Josh and I in the studio? Have you heard about this?
Oh, wow. I forgot about this story.
Famous Josh chicken.
I don't think I know the chicken story.
So I was co-hosting much on a like this,
Probably
just a delightful day where Bishop was gone for basketball. And someone, I think it was Chad the cop, dropped off
a name that I haven't heard in years.
Dropped off timeout chicken for Josh and I to enjoy.
Chicken.
And we did enjoy the timeout chicken. The problem was the timeout chicken got left in the studio, and then the morning show folk very, very much did not enjoy the timeout chicken.
I bet.
Because that must have been one of the random
I had like
days.
a text at 7 a.m.
Damon was pissed.
accosting me about do you not clean up after yourself?
What is this smell?
And I was like, I don't work there. I'm not accepting any blame.
Nobody came and cleaned up the studio that night. So like the trash can didn't get emptied.
Ouch.
And that was the problem. So that's why actually normally when we get chicken, I try to throw it away outside of the studio.
Yeah, that's why I left it out there right now. I could have brought it in.
Oh,
it's outside.
I would love a piece.
You can have as much as you want.
I saw that bag out there. I didn't realize that was chicken.
It's chicken. Chicken.
You want some chicken?
Also, is timeout okay? I drove by there recently, and I don't think it was there anymore.
Well, they're taking a timeout.
Wow, not funny.
Timeout. Let's see if it's still around.
I hope it is.
I haven't tried to go there in several years now.
If timeout chicken, something had happened.
It's still open.
I've never heard of it.
They close at 5:30 though.
Okay, that could have been it.
I've never
I can't
heard
remember
of
what
timeout
time
chicken.
it was. Really?
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
It's an Omaha Okay, never mind. The drive-thru closes at 10. It's an Omaha institution.
It is.
Not what I was.
Do you
aware
like
of.
chicken, Nick?
I love chicken.
Then you should probably have timeout chicken. Do you like pecan pie? Because you can also get that there, and it's
Not big on
tremendous.
pecan pie.
Well, they have other pies.
Pecan pie.
If you like pies, you can get pie there.
I do like pie.
They have all sorts of things.
Pedro is
Pedro
so
absolutely
nice.
rocks.
Pedro's the goat.
Pedro
In
came
lieu-
with me at the Creighton game over the weekend.
In lieu of super chats, Pedro buys us chicken.
That's
chicken
totally fine.
Poll question: would you rather have a super chat or fried chicken?
What
I think
is
you
a
would have
super
super
chat?
chat.
Thank you for the chicken
up?
chat.
What is a super chat?
It's just people pay to on your YouTube stream and you make money off of it. It's like a great way. It's a great way to make revenue.
It
You
feels
of
like
all
it's-
people right now should understand the importance.
Look, I like
of
making money. It doesn't mean that
If
I
we
just.
turned on the super chat switch right now, we
Look,
could.
I
we
am not
could
for
say
business.
All of it will go to Mike Schaefer, and you don't want that.
No, it'd be like people would be like, "Hey, you need to say this on the air." What if I didn't want to say it?
Well, that's the fun part about it.
Yeah, see, I don't know how much fun.
I don't agree with it morally. I'm out.
This is
There
unreal.
seems to be an integrity issue at play.
That's what I'm saying.
What are we talking about here? It's their money. They decided to give it to us. Mike Stibbs gave me a super chat recently.
But don't you think
I think he made fun of Creighton.
If they're just telling you to say all these sorts of things, doesn't it dilute your takes?
Now, usually it's just a comment. It's like it's like $5, and it's like, hey, can you guys answer me a question about Dylan Raiola? And I was like, yeah, sure, happy to.
Yeah, but they were going to comment in that anyway.
We don't read them if they're not paid. That's the relationship you build.
Hmm.
Yep.
Wow.
That's the way it goes. This
All
is
right.
the way the
Moneybags Josh.
So it's
trying to be Moneybags Josh.
I mean, people are paying you to comment on your show.
Yeah.
You must have a lot of
So
money.
you're getting paid for your job, but then paid on top of it for
YouTube.
doing more of your job.
Well, this is not my job. This is a side project.
Oh,
But YouTube,
yes.
dude, the YouTube tax, high. Very high. It's
Really?
like, it's worse than a bonus. They take a lot away.
Mm.
It's like, hey, a $10 super chat? No, it's actually $5.
I wish I knew about those too.
Bigelow says, I once drank an entire bottle of wine on stream thanks to super chats. That's true.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Wow, that's a lot of wine.
Mm-hmm. Wow, Brian is
I mean,
triggered.
I have drank bottles of wine without being paid to do it.
But how
it's
much
also an enjoyable experience. Let me
could
tell
just
you.
Drink a bottle of
And then
wine.
if that one bottle turns into a second bottle, very enjoyable.
What if, like, halfway through the bottle of wine that somebody directed you to drink through a super chat, you were like, I don't want to do this anymore? Would you feel obligated to finish the bottle of wine because of the super chat?
I think you should feel obligated to finish the bottle of wine either way.
No, you don't. You don't have to drink a whole bottle of wine every time you drink wine.
You might as well.
I mean, you might as well.
It's really easy to drink a whole bottle of wine every time you open a bottle of
I
wine.
know about wine, guys, but you don't have to
Doesn't
drink
seem-
the whole thing.
Doesn't seem like you know about
I just
wine.
went
it seems
to-
like
I
you're
just
just
went to
discovering
wine.
I just went to wine country. I was just there. There's
Happer's
a
big-
whole country
You're a big
for
wine
it.
stopper guy, aren't you?
I was in wine
You
world.
just got all these bottles with your fancy little wine stoppers in there.
No, we didn't buy any wine stoppers. We bought a magnet and a couple of shirts.
Did you get any wine?
She got my wife got a hat that says,
This
I mean,
chicken
we
smells
drank
so
all the
good.
we didn't bring any back with us.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
Both to buy, also to ship, just transport. All of
Correct.
it.
Correct. She got a hat and I think it said like
Don't talk to mommy until she's had her wine.
it was kind of one of those.
Classic.
Oh,
yeah, it had a
man.
bunch of
Mommy will
words
take
on
you
it.
to school
I
after
see
the wine.
the-
It's this giant gaudy hat. It's got a bunch of words on it.
The coffee people that wear that stuff are the worst.
Yeah.
Like coffee people in general just infuriate me.
Or like the
What does that mean? Like, am I a coffee person?
No, it's the people that are like, oh, I can't do this
Where
until I have my coffee.
they make it their whole personality. It's
Yeah,
like,
like-
don't talk to me. I haven't had coffee
It's
at all.
brown water. Like it's not a
I
personality.
forget that you're not a coffee guy.
Yeah,
Happer wasn't, and look at him now.
I
look
like
at
it,
him
but it's
now.
not my personality.
I mean, it's less about
I'm
coffee and more
fine
about
with people drinking coffee.
Yeah.
I don't know how you start your day without it, to be honest.
It's easy. You
Schaefer-
just get out of bed.
you didn't even probably notice that I was a coffee guy now.
You told me actually. You informed me.
That's
that
how
you're
you
a
know
coffee.
that somebody's a coffee guy.
I apologize.
It's
for
like
that.
running a marathon. How can you tell a marathon runner? Don't
But
worry
I
about
only
Well,
that.
I
told
was
Schaefer-
driving behind Happer and I saw he had a little sticker in his back windshield. Of
I
a mug
only
with
told
Steve.
Schaefer that because I thought he would want to know. You know, like
Well,
you're
I
the
was
kinda
there
guy
when
that-
you were dabbling into
That's
coffee.
why.
Back when you would go over to practices
Michael
and Brunts would
Bruntz-
bring you Americanos.
When you would
or
still
whatever.
use wine stoppers on your coffee.
Oh, night coffee? At a
nighttime
football
coffee
game?
at a football game.
Now,
Nothing
rally
better.
coffees. Are you familiar with rally coffee?
Yeah, like after a wedding or something.
Sure.
I get it's a caffeine thing and people want the caffeine in the morning, but it's also not hard not to be a D word to people before you've had your coffee.
Douche?
You don't have, yeah, sure, we'll go with that. You don't have to be a douche before you've had your coffee. You can just be a nice human being and then have your coffee.
Are you saying that I am?
No, I'm saying that a lot of coffee people they're not having had coffee yet as an excuse to have a window to be douches. to
Or
people.
maybe they just that their body is chemically altered so that they are more of a D when they don't have their coffee.
Which
Just
seems
tell
like
yourself
an
not to
issue
be.
with coffee.
She's a GD.
You shouldn't be that affected by brown water every morning.
I don't know, man. It's nice. It's comforting.
That's good.
Yeah, there's this new.
I am not opposed to it. I
Yeah,
just, I
it's
wanna make that
fine.
clear.
There's this new
Don't be a
Italian
D.
restaurant
It's
in
the
town
personality
that I
comes
went to, and they had one of their dessert items was it's a scoop of gelato with espresso, whatever that is called. That's called something. I had that, and that was a great experience.
Ice cream coffee.
No, it's called something. It's an Italian word.
Affogato.
Avocado, exactly. That was exactly
Avocado.
It's an affogato.
Affogato. It was
Thanks.
awesome. I really, really liked it.
I think that espresso is kind of turning into my version of buffalo sauce.
Really?
Espresso's kind of showing. There's cookies out there that are espresso cookies. There's espresso martinis. Espresso. It's all espresso.
Everything is
yourself,
espresso
Nick.
these days.
Everything's espresso.
My
question.
version of that is pickle flavored everything. Like pickles have joined the pumpkin spice where it's just
There's a lot
everything
of
has to
pickles.
be pickle.
See, and I like pickles. I don't want the other stuff.
Yeah,
That's
well,
all I want. Pickles.
Now you get pickle flavored lemonade. You get pickle.
Don't want it.
Socks coming from McDonald's with the Grinch stuff.
Pickled
pickle fries.
socks?
You've never had a pickle sock?
No.
I
I do like fried pickles, though.
I like pickles. What I don't like is something that's billed as being pickle flavored, and then you have it, and there's no trace of pickle to be found.
The
Like
people
we
that
have
buy me pickle shots. Those are awful.
we have pickle pretzels at home. They're pretzel sticks,
Awful.
allegedly supposed to be flavored like pickles. Not at all.
Sounds terrible.
It's not great.
Pedro wants to know, hi guys, are the super chat requests like OnlyFan requests?
Yes.
It's really just a comment that they pay for us to read. It's very
Disgusting,
easy
Josh.
It's very easy to understand. By the way, there is a commenter, speaking of comments, that is triggered by the mere existence of Mike Schaefer.
Oh,
What?
Brian has written, oh, great, Schaef again today, and then added God, spelled Gawd.
What's he gonna?
I love it.
What's Schaefer gonna say?
Well, Brian has followed up. I'm not a Schaef fan.
That's all right.
Lost all respect for him when he blew up at fans who had a problem with Rule. And then he himself went on to whine about Rule. He's a hypocrite.
I guess.
I don't even remember this. You
That
blew
definitely
up at fans?
happened.
You blew it. When did you blow up at fans?
Brian said it happened. I'm sure it happened.
Okay.
Schaefer's really good at tangents, so maybe he just went on a tangent one day. You know,
I have carved out a very nice spot where I am a homer that is the most pessimistic Nebraska media member. Like the amount of comments that I would just see, whether it's on a show like this or my message board or doing like the Sunday side session or whatever on YouTube, where we didn't do super chats. And now
Well, your show wasn't live. So
I know, but it looked like I missed a whole avenue to potentially do
You
that.
actually did, yes.
Might have to investigate that in the future. But yeah, it's just incredible how I was able to navigate this just perfectly down the middle. I feel good about that.
It is amazing. People
It
call you a
makes me
homer and a
feel
hater.
Very, very good about how I present myself. That I am wildly on both sides of the
It's
aisle
what you want.
at all times.
do you miss the talkosphere? Or
No, not really.
Great
I mean, I
question.
enjoy days like today because it's not like my everyday, I'll say this as I go on both of your radio shows or used to.
All right,
I don't miss not having weekly hits with various shows because
Wow.
and it's not like I enjoyed it.
great point though.
I enjoyed it, but it's also like I'm not in the mix of everything that's going on. I don't have to listen to Dana
That's awesome.
Holgerson press conference and then have opinions on it. I don't have to
very
explain
cumbersome.
things that Nebraska is doing from a recruiting perspective.
Oh, that has
I
to
can
be
basically
awesome.
just be like, oh, they finished number 113 in recruiting after firing Vince Ginta. Yeah, that looks pretty terrible for him.
Nice.
I can say that out loud.
That's so good. That's got to be
You
so
know?
refreshing.
I could have said that before, and I probably would have because it's not like I had much of a filter. I mean, that's one of the things that's come up is people are like, "Are you going to be more brutally honest now that you're not in the?" And it's like, kind of thought that I was blunt before. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I haven't
So,
noticed a difference. In your
Recently, I
bluntness.
think it's because the other day Josh was out, and with John, I was more or less like, "What does Nebraska have for next year that people should be excited about?"
I heard
You
this.
can't say special teams, and so I did that to Mitch. And Mitch, well, I wasn't going to say special teams. I didn't put the caveat on severe. Immediately special teams. So it's like one of these things that I think it'd be very, very difficult right now to present a compelling argument as to why Nebraska football is in a good position going into 2026, which is literally one of the topics. that
It
we
is.
have
Yes,
on
we're
today.
gonna
Topical
we're gonna dive into this today.
topic alert.
Yeah, you know, if I got out of the biz, having an opinion on a press conference, that going away would be an awesome thing.
Yeah, it's that
I don't have
not
opinions
having
on
the
recruiting
day-to-day is
anymore, which
great.
is nice.
Not having that feeling of, oh, this news just got announced. Now I have to, jump on my message board and wade into that commentary, or
I will
we have
say
to
this:
have the stories that we already have pre-written for situations ready to go.
it was a little
Or read
sad.
up.
That was a day where I wish that I would
Oh,
have
the
not been
Dylon
on.
day.
I like being. I like.
Did you
being-
listen to Severe?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. He pissed off a lot of people with his Rebecca Alec comment. That was pretty funny, without naming her, of course. But that was funny.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
What
So,
do
yeah.
you say about? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what he said.
effectively
But
just said karma.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
He said he felt bad for everybody but one player on the
Yeah.
team.
And then
I love Michael.
somebody went and tattletaled and
Sure.
tagged Jim in Minnesota.
Oh, the
Oh.
exact wrong person to tag in that situation.
what Michael said?
Yeah.
Good
Nice.
Lord. Get a
Nice.
life, people.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's stuff like that, I don't know. This is just a time of the year where it's like, we really don't have to do this. We really don't have to talk about this every day.
Mm.
But here
Well,
we are.
it's been a news-heavy week, though. I mean,
Yeah. It has been.
There's kind of no way to avoid the fact that they don't actually have a starting
Have you-
quarterback for next year.
Have
a
you
running
noticed
back,
that? Have you noticed that people are like just mad right now? Why is everybody so mad all the time?
People like to be mad.
Well, the team sucks.
Well, yeah. Maybe it's just that.
Yeah.
I also don't think this is fun for people.
Mm.
Like, what's
No.
currently fun about being a college football fan if
It's
you didn't
definitely
make
not
the
fun for
playoffs?
me.
You don't know what your roster is
I'm
going to
not
look
having
like.
any fun. Right
Well,
now.
Creighton sucks too.
Creighton sucks. That doesn't help. Yeah,
Your Panthers keep losing.
that is. Oh yeah,
Where does that rank on the list? Somewhere
Not-
between
not-
Well,
not
the
very
three
high.
things so far,
175th
probably
and
third.
not very high.
Stubbing his toe 4 weeks ago, somewhere right around there.
Yeah. You got to drive to Lincoln a lot.
Yeah, those games are fun though. They
There-
win.
There you go. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's true.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think we are staring down the off season. Like, I think we're all realizing that,
Nah,
aren't we?
we
It's time
always
for
say
off-season
that. So
topics.
to your point, Schaefer, like we'll always say that, but then they'll get some dudes in January and people will be like, "Oh, here's why."
Mm.
But
I'll tell you why.
That's some of it too. Like,
I'm not going to do it.
I feel very comfortable saying this right now. One of the dumbest things that I get to hear all off season when I was a full-time media member was, all you guys do is hype this up. And it's like, if you don't hype something up, all the reaction is how much you hate the team and how you think they're going to
I
fail.
said 7-5. People got mad at me.
Correct.
And I was right.
You were right.
Yeah. I think I'm early thoughts 6-6. And I don't think I'm going to budge off of it. I think I'm
Really?
that's last year I said 7-5, and I said, don't
I'd
let
say
anything
it's a little
change
bit
your
early
opinion.
to make a determination.
So when they get
6-6.
Brendan Sorsby and all these,
There is not getting Brendan Sorsby. 6-6. They're
You're
going to
gonna
get will they get the Harvard quarterback?
they're gonna get the best version of Dane Key
Nope.
this year's.
And I'm
Dane
not
Key.
doing I'm done getting excited for a new receiver.
They're gonna get awesome Dane.
Mr.
Key.
Banks burned me, and Dane Key burned me. Like a bad case of something that burns.
it was, I think,
Nailed it.
roughly
The burn.
200,000 for every 100 yards for Dane Key in
Say
the
that
regular
again?
season. I think roughly 200,000 for every 100 yards receiving for Dane Key.
Yeah,
In the regular
400,000
season?
or 400 receiving yards.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Whoa.
So
It's a good deal if you can get it.
again, when I go all in on the offense failed this team, Dana Holgerson failed this team, it's because they invested all their money
Hey,
on the offense.
I've been thinking about you and Dana Holgerson. Would you like to apologize to him?
Oh, that Dylan checked out of that play. That is
Yeah.
that was a revelation.
Yeah,
for
how about
sure.
that? Sam
That
just
was
kind of
a-
casually dropped it in was it your interview on Monday?
What is this situation?
Dylan Raiola checked into a run on the play that he broke his leg.
So I've
Or
been
checked
like,
out of a run.
I basically was like the what if of if Dana just runs the ball when Nebraska's running down their throat and they call it a run play. And then Dylan had checked into the long developing
So
pass
it's
play.
only Dylan's fault that he broke his leg.
Essentially.
Wow.
I mean, I
Well,
would
and the
also point out
offensive
the
line.
9 sacks taken in Minnesota probably didn't help.
Bad.
Leaving him in the end of the game when you're down by 18 points to take a sack on the last play.
Mm.
Not great coaching from the staff there, but no, that was I do owe Dana an apology.
I couldn't believe it when Sam said
I
that.
thought that was a called pass play. Apparently, it was a run play checked into a pass. So.
And then what did Sam say? And then he stood there for 4 seconds, and then he got tackled, and he fumbled.
Yep.
Wow.
What
What a
loved
moment in
standing
time.
there, that's for sure.
What a moment in time.
He was kind of moving. It wasn't just completely standing still.
He did start shifting
There was,
to
there
the
was
right,
some shifting
wasn't it?
because the
Yeah.
pressure was immediate, as it often was with the
Ouch.
offensive line.
LSD will text in. It's a toss-up between Schaef and Stibbs for my favorite fill-in.
Well, there we go.
As long as angry
there's-
horse
there's-
crap John
there's
is
people
gone.
like that too. I don't want to I have plenty of supporters. It's not all.
I'm a huge
detractors.
fan of you.
I appreciate it.
I love you, Schaef.
Thank
we
you.
love you.
I love you too, Schaef.
Yeah, well, I love him more because I actually get to do a show with him.
That
Why
is
don't you do one of those,
That is a
Happer?
brutally honest point.
You sound like you need some coffee.
Yeah.
No, I had it this morning. I feel
Mm.
great. It woke me up.
Mm.
I've been doing my morning prep on my couch in the basement lately. It's been awesome. I'll sit on the couch, have some coffee, and kick my feet up
Wow.
under a
Is this
blanket.
like a new?
Why have you
thing?
been doing that now?
It's comfortable.
What were you doing?
Yeah, like
before?
where
I
was
have an
the prep-
office. I
Oh,
usually sit
okay.
at my desk.
Yeah, it's where all his banana
I don't.
peels go.
I think it's something about I'm up before the sun rises, and so sitting in my office, which is dark, is kind of depressing. But
Okay.
sitting on a couch in the dark is enjoyable.
Turn a lamp on.
I don't. My lamp in my office sucks. I need a new one.
So, but
Did you
when you
ask
go on the
Santa
couch,
for a
do
new
you turn
lamp?
on some soft light?
Sometimes, yeah, behind the TV, we have the TV lights.
Oh yeah, you have the LED TV lights.
Yeah, so I do that. Sometimes I just turn on the TV.
Sounds cozy.
I didn't do it today. Hard Knocks came out last night. I didn't want to have it on because it's the NFC East. Didn't feel like.
You still watch Hard Knocks?
I've had it on my last 2 Wednesdays in the morning because the
Gotcha.
first one was about the Chiefs game, and I was like, "This is the best time of my life." And then last week it was about the Lions game, not the best time of my life, but the Eagles had lost. So I was like, I'll watch the episode. The Eagles lost.
So
This
there's going
stayed
to be
away.
Cowboys Vikings stuff in there for me.
That's
now?
why I didn't watch
Oh,
it.
I better
You should go check out the
investigate.
new episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Vikings pods are over their skis with JJ McCarthy because of
gonna
the
say,
Cowboys defense. It's
Yeah.
great.
I told you last week.
Just
I
a
said,
whole lot of I
hold-
told you this guy was great.
I said, hold the line, Schaef. They're going to get excited because he's going to play well against Dallas. And that's exactly what happened.
Now they get the Giants this week.
Hold the line, Schaef.
But as I told you in that text, I mean, JJ McCarthy has shown himself to be the best quarterback in the NFC East. So
He did say that.
I don't like you.
That was funny
Hmm.
when he said that out loud.
Matt says, Josh, what time do you get up? Usually a little bit before 7,
That's
quarter
nice.
to 7.
Nice.
Yeah. In the summer, it's earlier because the sun rises early. And Banks wants to go for a walk.
It's only the sun's only out for like 4 hours these
It
days.
sucks. I hate it so much.
What's
It's
it like to
unfortunate.
see the sun?
every time I look at Haver, it looks like he's doing a stand-up right now. He's just
I
like
feel like it. All I
And
want to
then,
do
like,
is eat this chicken, but I can't.
his commentary has been things like the sun's only out for 4 hours these days. So it's
I mean,
like
we
a very sad.
We could go to
stand-up.
break because we're only on for another 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Oh, you guys are good.
All
I
right,
mean,
I
I
was
like
gonna
hanging
say,
out with you guys.
It's a fun vibe. It's like a loose happer, like chill.
We're off
happer.
early
Yeah, I
today.
feel sort of like drunk in a way just because I'm so exhausted, but like
Chicken drunk.
It's
We're-
not because of the chicken.
You up late because of a child?
No, it's just a mentally taxing.
Is that over now?
Time.
Does she sleep through the night, or is that?
Are you okay, Happer?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was actually.
A mentally taxing
just a
time.
mentally taxing time. That's all. No, she wakes up really early, but
Like Josh.
earlier than Josh
Shout out.
usually. Yeah, but my wife gets here usually in the morning.
Oh,
Wow.
interesting.
Fascinating.
Mhm. Mhm.
Is it because that you think that's your wife's job?
No, she's just really nice. I think my wife likes
She is
me,
really nice.
which is great. Yeah,
That is good.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Every time I see her, she just seems like in such a good mood.
she is,
I can't imagine your wife in a bad mood.
She's not really ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
I mean, if there's some bad episodes of trash TV, reality TV, she
gets
might
triggered.
Be in a bad mood. I
Oh,
guess.
that episode sucked.
No,
But
but then
I think
she makes
actually
fun of
kinda
it.
likes when it's bad.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
So it's hard.
Wow.
You know,
Oh, speaking of TV, Schaefer and I are doing our top 10s today. Best TV shows of
I
2025.
still have to kind of organize mine a little.
You guys
bit.
have watched
I feel like
10
it's
TV shows this year?
I feel stronger about like five. Well, I haven't had a whole lot going.
So
on.
that's what I texted him yesterday. I said,
That's
if we
only for like
did,
the last 2 months.
I
though.
said,
What's
if
a
we did
nor-
a top 10, could you do a top 10? And he said, yes. He responded so fast. I was like, sweet.
10.
What's a normal amount of TV shows to watch in a year?
Good question. Nick.
Because I don't know if 10 feels excessive or not. Like it
I'm
feels like
well
a lot,
past
but maybe
10,
it's
but
not.
there's
You're
just a
talking
lot of
about
stuff I
new
don't wanna
shows
rank
that
in the top 10.
debuted in 2025?
New shows or even
New show-
old ones
this
that
was
you
new
watched for the
shows.
first
Okay,
time.
I've watched one.
Wait, what?
No, two.
Only new shows?
Oh, I figured. No, I meant like as in it aired this year.
Okay,
New
yeah.
seasons.
Yeah, new season.
Oh, no,
Okay, so
that
add a
feels
couple
like-
more.
Mm,
Yeah,
okay.
so because now if I was doing,
But you
old
could put
shows?
Hard Knocks in here.
I would not put Hard Knocks. in.
Hard Knocks is nobody watches.
Now,
that
if I
anymore.
could do shows that I'm watching for the first time right now, even though they're old, I would have Detroiters in my top 10 because I just finished season 1 and wow, that show is funny.
Mm.
I'm
Yeah.
guessing Schaefer wouldn't be a fan
I
of
think
Detroiters.
it
So you actually might like this one. It's not
I've
totally weird.
Thought
Tim
about
Robinson.
starting that one.
Yeah,
actually,
it's on Netflix.
I'm not like completely out on anything Tim Robinson's
Oh,
ever
okay.
done.
Okay.
It's just that I could not find any enjoyment in that show.
In Share
at
Company?
all. No, not that one. I haven't
Oh,
watched that.
and I think you should leave.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
None
I've-
of this, every skit that someone's like, this was hilarious. But Jack Mitchell has sent me multiple of them, and there's the clothing one that he's like, it makes me cry. I laugh so hard. And I just,
The shirts?
yeah, I just watch it, and I don't. None of it's not funny. Like I don't get it.
that makes sense for
Nothing.
Yeah,
about-
it's-
it
it's
is
totally
the most
Schaefer.
It does,
overtly
yeah.
in your face. Nothing about it is like remotely subtle, or even it's like stupidity is funny. Like that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's
It is
randomness.
Family Guy times 1,000.
No, it's not.
And it's
way better than Family
dumber.
Guy.
Like I,
Wow.
I don't get it. Oh, he's opening the door so hard he rips the door through. Like
Dad,
the opening,
Oh my
awful.
gosh. I love that. It
Terrible.
explains America in 2025.
Okay.
Never admit. No, it does. Hear me out.
Okay,
It's about
we're gonna
not-
we're gonna,
read the
we're gonna
internet.
retroactively apply labels
No,
to stuff.
well,
that
that
this
one
guy
came out in
does.
2020. It
Yeah.
represented America in 2020. It is not admitting that you are wrong and instead trying to prove that you are correct.
Okay.
That's what he was doing. I love that skit. That was actually the first one that I ever saw, and it's all also in the first episode.
I can't.
I laughed so
can't
hard
do it.
at that.
I
skit.
don't know that the chair company is like to that level exactly. It's more.
Have you watched it?
No.
I don't. I think you'd hate the chair.
The chair company.
I'll be happy
It's
to avoid it.
unhinged. I think you'd like Detroiters.
And
though.
this is definitely one of those things where it's like I am the guy in Tiananmen Square standing up against a tank because everybody I know like enjoys this, and I just don't find it. funny.
But it makes so much sense for you. Like that makes a lot of sense.
Well, I feel like I'm relatively consistent with this. But,
Yes, you are.
Yeah, so
Makes sense.
not for me.
I was trying to think of all the shows that I've watched this year, and I came up with 5
Ooh.
Okay.
total.
What do you got?
I have watched Pluribus.
Yep.
I have watched The Chair Company.
Severance.
I have watched Severance. I've watched the most recent season of The Bear,
Okay. Did you watch White Lotus?
and I did not watch White Lotus. And then there's one more that's
that?
going
So I
on.
haven't watched.
right-
I've watched Pluribus for an episode, but I haven't continued on.
What's the other one?
I don't know.
It's going on right now.
I when I thought of it in my head, I came up with 5. So yeah,
Was it an HBO show?
I don't know.
Was it Task?
No,
Now I'm trying to guess Happer's shows.
I think the only new show that I've watched this year has been Severance.
wow,
Yeah.
even less than me.
Yeah.
Gosh, I'm trying to think of the shows we've talked about because we pretty much just talk about those are the
I
4
really
shows.
wanted to be something like random though, like Chad Powers.
Oh, I watched some clips of Chad Powers.
Was it Gemstones?
Oh, Gemstones. I didn't count that one, but I did watch
The
Gemstones
last season
this
of
year.
Gemstones.
I didn't finish it yet,
Yeah.
or probably won't. But
Oh, bummer.
yeah,
It was on my honorable mention.
Do you
Yeah,
count like
it's good.
Bluey or anything you've watched with your daughter?
no. If I did, I would get up to 10 probably.
What's her go-to show right now? Hudson's is switched.
It's either Mickey Mouse Clubhouse or Bluey.
So it was Bluey, and now it's Mickey Mouse.
Yesterday, I
Clubhouse.
turned on Moana, and because I needed to waste some time, and she was entranced
Oh.
Yeah.
by the first 40 minutes of Moana.
Yeah,
like,
Hudson can do about 10 minutes
40
of a movie
minutes.
Yeah.
and then done.
I don't think she blinked.
Whoa.
I was worried. I don't think she blinked. She was super into it. I
Did
don't
you
know.
watch The Pit? Greg and Lincoln says The Pit was good.
Nope. My wife did though.
The Pit was
Pit will show up in my top 10.
same.
The Pit.
God, I wonder what your fifth show is. You'll figure it out later today.
I will. I will think about it. I'll text you.
All right, perfect. Alex says, dude, me and Happer are at the exact same stage.
Oh,
that
like
of
kids
life?
wise?
Oh,
Just
I thought it meant-
Moana and Bluey.
Yeah. I don't think she really understands any of it yet, but she likes it.
I know what it
It's
is.
colorful, right?
Jimmy got it. The studio.
The Studio. I don't know if that was the one I was thinking of, but I did
Okay.
watch. I did
Okay.
watch.
All right.
That I enjoyed that.
Mhm.
Seth
I watched The
Rogen.
Studio.
You know, pretty funny.
Travis says, I did not like the studio. I liked the studio.
I liked The Studio.
I think it was fine. Like some of the episodes worked really well. Some of them didn't work as well for me in that regard, I guess. Like each episode is its own sort of thing in a movie and so on and so
Yeah.
forth.
I did like the Bryan Cranston character a lot.
I know. Was he only in the one episode?
He was
No.
at the end too.
Okay, I didn't come back for the end.
Oh,
yet.
so you okay?
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
you're missing the best part of Bryan Cranston.
he was incredible at the end. Of
He
the
was
season.
really good at the start.
He was really
He
good
was
at
only
the
in
start.
like 2 scenes, but
Yeah.
yeah.
He was really good at the end.
All right, good. Oh, I got to go back to that one.
There you go.
Good. Well, I got a lot of stuff to do on break. I got to eat lunch. I got to watch these TV shows. So much.
I'm so excited.
Do
You know what I
your-
was thinking about doing too? Oh, sorry, Nick. What?
Say, do you know what your first lunch is going to be of the year?
Great
Now I want to get
question.
on the schedule. We're gonna set up
Yeah.
a lunch.
Let's get some lunch, Schaefer. Okay. So here I had this random thought during the show today. I think one of my projects, or maybe my project during break, is going to be to redesign our stream.
Mm.
I think I need a refresh.
Like the
Happer
like how your show looks.
Yes.
dude. I've been wanting to do that for a while with ours.
I think it would take like a few hours. You know,
It
just
doesn't take very long.
Yeah, I'll
all you
just-
got to do is build the first,
Yeah.
like the main look,
and then build it off that.
everything else goes after.
You know
that.
what this speaks to? One of Happer's favorite things is to rearrange the furniture in his house.
God, it makes you feel so much better.
Big feng shui
That's
guy.
exactly
yes.
what this is, but it's his
100%.
stream setup.
Man, this is
Yes.
making me. I need to clean my office. I need to
clean your
organize
office,
my
yeah.
office.
Get
I've
all the
been-
banana peels.
I have
checked out.
like no.
Go get
I don't
lunch
do that
with
anymore.
us and then clean your
I-
office.
if I'm invited, I would love to have
Now
lunch.
you look like a motivational speaker who's having a call and
Clean
response
that
with the
office.
audience. Clean that office.
What do you want to do with your video?
Start
stream?
yourself fresh in 2026.
I just want it to look. I just want it to look different. I don't have any grand plans, but I just want it to look different.
My little side thing that I do from time to time. I like how that looks so much.
Yes.
I'm very proud of what I have created
agree
over
with
there.
you.
That looks really good. I would
Thank
like to.
you.
We need to figure out how to make it work with 3 of us.
Do it during break.
Nick, I can show you what it looks like with 3 people.
Just
and
get on Canva.
It looks amazing. It looks amazing. It looks incredible. I think, at least.
You're gonna redesign some stuff during break.
I've probably during break. I've had some concepts of plans of redesigning the video stuff.
What are you gonna do with your break, Nick? What are you gonna do?
Video games.
Yes,
Oh, come on! You gotta do something.
that is something. I don't get to play them anymore. I'm busy.
Yeah, but that's not like a.
Growing up.
You gotta have a project. You gotta have something you could accomplish.
See, doesn't that look way
He's
better?
accomplishing video games.
I want you to accomplish something. Can you accomplish something that's not video games? It's not like ranking up to level 55 on Call of Duty or something.
I don't play Call of Duty.
Nick, have you
Whatever.
thought
They kinda
about a
suck now.
book? My wife and I
Writing
over
a book?
lunch. No, reading a book. My wife and I over lunch today, we were talking about what we want to read in 2026.
That's a great game.
I set a goal to read every day in 2025. And I've not read yet today, but I am 15 days from reaching my goal.
Whoa,
I have read at least like 5 pages of a book every day this whole year.
that is impressive.
I'm very happy with myself.
Like, okay, here you go, Happer. Like 2.5 years ago, a friend of mine got me a starter set of Warhammer figures. You have to put them together, paint them, all that. Maybe I'll do that.
Great. That sounds awesome. Do that. Warhammer figures.
Hell yeah.
I'm just enjoying this so much. Like with the microphones.
So motivational.
Clean your office. Warhammer
You
figure.
turn motivational. You
Wouldn't
hold
it
the
be better
microphone
if
like
I
that.
had one of the,
The
headsets?
Yeah.
Hands free. Yeah.
Scott, who operates at the level of being angry at every comment of all time, writes, "It's 2025. Can we stop pooping on video games? Happer is going to watch a TV show and Nick is going to play some video games. What's the difference?"
No. I play video games. I'm not crapping on video games. I'm just saying I want Nick to be mildly more productive.
Yeah.
That's all.
More than video games.
Yeah, I play video games like almost every night. So
Do you really?
yeah.
Who are you playing lately?
College football.
Really?
Yeah.
I burnt out on it.
I mean,
Way faster this year than last.
you're burnt out on the
we are
sport.
finally, me and my friend playing the same thing every year, and we have always wondered what happened at the end. And this year we're going to get to the end. We're like in 2052 right
I was gonna say,
Oh,
so
it'll-
you're trying to get like all 40 years or
It's
whatever.
30. Yeah.
30.
And so we're like 3 years away and we're going to finish it.
What are you going to do after?
I don't know. I think it just ends.
New
What
video
school
game.
are you at currently?
I'm at Florida right now.
The swamp.
I love hearing how people do video games sometimes because my dad and his friend, back when I was a kid, I got a GameCube for Christmas, but really my dad got it for him and his friend.
Classic dad stuff.
They got NASCAR Thunder 2003, and the way they played that game, they didn't do the career or anything. They just found the perfect setup for every car at every track, and then they wrote it in a little black book. And then after they finished that, they were done with it. And then I
Perfect.
got to play the GameCube.
Perfect. That's great dad stuff.
It is great. My dad actually, he gave me the game in the black book. It's been handed down. It's an heirloom now.
Now trying to think if I've ever taken notes while playing video games.
There's some that you have to. There's some that you definitely need a spreadsheet
Back
for.
in the day, we would be in a
don't know.
dynasty where we had a Facebook group and we wrote game stories on the Facebook page.
EA Sports had
It
a.
was so fun.
EA Sports had like a carve out thing that you could actually, your dynasty could have its own homepage and like
Yes.
people could do updates and everything from
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I participated in that.
It's fun.
By the way, how about this from Rattlesnake Ron before you leave, Happer? Never forget, Happer and Schaefer's radio show ended 4 years ago. Wow.
Yeah.
You've been here for 4 years.
Almost.
Our own
That's
presidential
so-
term of not doing radio together.
Wow. Isn't that
That's
wild?
crazy. 4 years. I mean, it kind of seems like feels like longer.
Yeah.
I don't know.
My primary takeaway from the last 4 years was how difficult it was for Happer to just close out his radio career in Lincoln. You remember our final segment where it's me, you, and Tom Stevens announcing we're not going to be back. 22.
Oh yeah, because Schaefer, you were like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I'm leaving," and Tom was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I'm leaving too."
Great bit. Great bit.
That is a good bit.
People didn't know if it was serious or not. Like it was.
No,
not-
yeah, they did. They thought you were. They thought everybody else was kidding. They believed me, but they thought everybody else
Thought it was a bit.
thought everybody else was kidding.
God, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
that didn't go well.
Yeah, that was great. 4 years. Wow, it would have been like
Time
right before
flies.
Christmas, right? December
Yeah.
20 something.
Yes.
How long did our show go? Like just a
Happer and
month?
Schaefer was August to December. It was only 4 months.
Hey, that lasted longer than Jason Peter and Gary Sharp.
True.
Yeah.
We didn't say
That's
anything
like four-
controversial.
It's
I
like
don't
4
think,
Gary Sharp and Jason Peter shows.
except for Lincoln has a misconception of Keaton.
Enhanced sense of Keaton.
Enhanced sense of Keaton. Yeah.
It was like our 4th show ever. There was a debate between who would win the fight of Michael Keaton and John Bon Jovi,
Oh my God.
and it's easily Michael Keaton. And yet Happer just
I
refuses
accused everyone
to
of having an
acknowledge.
enhanced sense
Yeah.
of Keaton.
What a great line.
That is awesome.
What a great, incredible line. Wow.
Thank you. Thank you. Some of our best work. And we peaked, and now here we are.
Yeah.
Doing a
Schaefer doesn't have a
crossover.
job,
You're doing
And-
stand up on the side.
and I'm doing stand up. I'm holding my
A
own
motivational
microphone.
speaker, but
Yeah.
when he's not on the mic, he's talking about how just tired he is.
Exactly.
Unmotivated. to
Watching
do anything.
Bluey and Moana with his entranced
Yeah.
daughter.
Tim says Schaef, Hap, and I should do a baseball podcast on a certain podcast network. Oh, wow.
Another podcast.
You want to do another
We're gonna go
podcast?
on the Action Network. I don't know anything about baseball gambling.
I would love to talk about baseball more often.
But not on a podcast. You
Not
do too
another
many
th-
podcasts.
Not another thing at this point. No.
Understandable.
You need less things.
Yeah, we got to cut back on the things.
All right.
Except for this chicken.
Yeah, it's time to go to break so
Great
we can all eat chicken. And Nick, we got to get headphones for Schaefer too.
I wasn't going to say anything. I was going to see how long that went.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had them. I didn't bring them in. I'm sorry, Schaef. I got those.
There you go. That's a crossover powered by Everlevel Concrete Repair in Omaha at everlevelconcrete.com. Grum starts next, 1620 The Zone.
KOZN. Unsportsmanlike conduct on 1620 The Zone. Husker Athletics, Creighton, and yes, UNO. Don't miss a moment, they'll give you your fix. They're on every day from 2 until 6. Spend your afternoons with John, Josh, and Nick. John, Josh, and Nick. They'll show you what sports talk really is.
Oh my gosh. Mike Schaefer is in the building, and then he just took himself out of the building. Now he's back in the building.
I had nothing to do with taking myself out of it. I got to switch cameras, though.
Okay, we'll get there.
I like this Schaef angle.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on 1620 The Zone. Husker Athletics, Creighton, and yes, UNO.
Welcome in on a Wednesday. Josh, Schaef, Nick, we are here. We are ready to go. It was sunny, and now it's getting cloudy.
We're going to compare football players to Severance characters today.
Excellent idea. I don't think we will be doing that, but we will be ranking our top 10 TV shows of 2025.
Yeah,
Who's Helly?
Are there enough Severance characters to really...
You could probably do like 8. There's probably 8 characters that you
Yeah.
could really do kind of deep dives in.
Then I haven't worked all the way through season 2.
Okay.
'Cause I got to a certain point, and I was like, I don't know. And then I haven't been back.
I missed that show.
I really liked the first season, and then the second season, just I don't know. I'm not sure. And everybody else loves the second season.
I have
Well, I
it.
thought
It's not. It's in my top 10. It's not at the top.
The first season is definitely better than the second season.
Okay. I feel like I've heard from other people it's the other way around.
That's interesting because, yeah, it seemed like throughout most of it, people were like, this isn't as good as it was in season 1.
It's one of those shows where the more you find out about the world building and the history, the less kind of interesting it becomes. You know, like
The concept makes
mystery
the
is part of
show.
the fun.
And then at some point, you know enough that it doesn't work quite the same way, I think.
So there you go. Stay tuned. We'll get to Severance. Maybe for Mike Schaefer. I can't wait to find out what 10 shows you've watched this year.
I've watched more than 10, but the hard thing is like there's when you do a ranking, sometimes there's this level that you want stuff to at least be at for it to be.
You imagine number 9 being
and it's like I
number
watch
9.
stuff, but it's like, and I like the show Reacher. I'm probably not putting Reacher in my top 10 of TV shows.
Yeah.
But it might very well be in the top 10 because something has to be number 9.
And so you're doing this on the fly when
Yeah.
we get to this. Whoa. Yeah,
I have stuff like kind of mapped out.
I don't want to say that this was the thing I focused on the most this morning when I was getting ready for the show. So I won't say that. But I did spend a lot of time thinking about it and thinking about where to place each and every one of these shows. So I'm looking forward to doing this. We'll do that later in the show. I just realized, Nick, I forgot to make a Grum Down graphic.
What are you, John?
Gosh darn it. I hate when that happens. All right, it's time for
Look.
the Grum Down.
and just after admitting that you spent all of your effort on television shows.
No, hey, that's the content. This is just a tiny little graphic. It's okay to make a mistake.
It's an important graphic, Josh.
I know. Gosh, I was thinking about it on the drive in. I got to make it when I get here. And then I started talking to a coworker for like 10 minutes.
Coworkers, they just take you right out of your job.
It's important to know what we're not going to talk about today.
Well, I'll tell you what we're going to talk about. It's time for the Grum Down, brought to you by the rooferees at John Higgins Weather Guard.
Grum Down.
Mike Schaefer is here. There you go. That would have been one of the things on the Grum Down. You're here.
I'm here.
Will he have an opinion?
I have opinion.
You have had like 20 already, and there are still 20 more to go at the very least. And then the follow-up Grum Down item, Nick, would be how many topics will we get to today?
I'm still setting the line at 2.5.
A classic of the genre when Schaef and I get together is we don't get to as many topics as we originally had planned.
It's even worse because today's a condensed show.
It is. So I have terrible news. No dumb debates today.
I wondered.
We don't have time,
We
Nick.
can move. That's the Wednesday
We
thing.
don't have time.
Let's just shift it.
Because we have 2 guests. We have Eric Edholm, who's going to join us at 3:30.
NFL.
We have Mitch Holtis, who's going to join us
NFL.
at 4:20.
Sounds like we have 250 open.
But that's going to be a Husker topic.
Not NFL.
Schaef, you're the guest of honor. Would you rather do another Husker topic or dumb debates?
If you haven't already,
dumb debate?
have people solicited? Do you have dumb?
We
debates?
always have them.
It's a whole new audience for dumb debates, Josh.
That's true. People in the car at 250 be like, "What the hell segment is this?"
I could have saved the Kyle McCord thing as a dumb debate for today's show.
That's true.
That could have kicked off. It could have actually worked for both. It could have been a Husker topic and a dumb debate.
I did just get an email from our good friend Star Wars Fiend that was quite the dumb debate question, and it involves kicking your grandma in church.
Oh,
Yeah. You are the guest of
Never
honor.
attended church with my grandma.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she passed.
Well, no, she was Catholic. We didn't go to Catholic church.
You never went just to throw grandma.
I guess she would come if we had a program or something. She would be there. But,
sure.
Being an old person at a Catholic church has to be strenuous.
No, it's like heaven. Oh, because of the up and down.
Up, down.
Yeah, that's true. There is a lot of up and down. And it reminds me of the great Jim Gaffigan joke. Can't I just lie down and worship? I also did not grow up Catholic, but I've been to Catholic services before. There's a lot of stuff going on in there, man. It's like a football game. So many traditions, Is there... I don't want to make people mad. I do, though. Are there people out there, you think, that go to Catholic church and they're like a Nebraska fan that's like, we don't need the black shirts anymore. Get rid of the traditions and focus on winning. Are there those with the Catholic church? Get rid of there's the smoky stuff.
I mean,
what's up with the smoke?
Incense?
What is up with it?
There was for sure a group of people like that. People forget about
Yes, I
the
know.
schism in the thesis.
Well, I was going to say Martin Luther went up and nailed some takes. On
99 takes.
I have an opinion.
Why did he stop at 99?
Well, because he had a 99 takes, but incense, is that what it was? Ain't
Yes.
one. So why did it? See, this is why I'm not.
I think that was one because we didn't have that in the Lutheran church.
Yeah. Fight says they're called Lutherans. Yes, but have Catholics ever thought of that? I understand the point that people are trying to make, though. Anyway, maybe dumb debates, maybe not.
Okay.
I guess we'll find out. We're going to go to break, and we're going to find out when we return.
Okay.
I'm going to have Schaefer tell Nick, and I'm going to plug my ear, so I don't know if we're doing dumb debates or not. So that'll be the bit. So maybe we'll do that. Otherwise, we will talk some Husker stuff today. You've made people either happy or mad, depending on the viewpoint that they have of Husker football. We will do National Fun League together. I wrote down a variety of things that we could hit on, or maybe one of them. But I did have this thought as I was on my run today. I'm worried that this offseason might crumble your whole worldview of the NFL. And perhaps I could explain that to you in a little bit. But you have all these strong opinions on things, and I think you might end up being wrong on all of them. And I'm a little concerned about how you're going to handle it.
All right.
Yeah, so we can do that a little bit later on in the show. Already mentioned Eric at home. Mentioned Mitch Holtis. And yes, our top 10 television shows of 2025 plus What's for Dinner. And then the show's done. I can't believe this. We're going to be done in 2 hours. The show always goes by so fast.
It's going to go faster today.
Will the sun still be up when we leave at 5 o'clock today?
Well, when you leave.
When we leave
I
at
have
5?
the martyr
Oh,
baton
here
tonight.
comes Mr. Martyr Baton. Why do you have the martyr baton?
I will be board upping the Creighton women's basketball game on Santa Baby 1180.
That is so exciting. That is awesome.
Going
Nick.
back to my roots.
Going back to see.
There you go.
Nick, sometimes I wish I could go back to my roots.
You
but
could. Do you want to?
No, I forgot how to produce.
No.
So alas, I will leave with Mike Schaefer, and we will have the
I never knew how to produce, so I offer no help.
You want me to? I can show you tonight.
I
Want me
have
to train
no
you?
interest. None.
there's the PSP, as it were, that we will get to at
Yep.
5 o'clock, and then mosey our way on out the building. 402-951-1620. That is the Prairie Flower Casino Zone hotline. You can call us or text us. A text from John without an H. Grandma hates God, then. Is that what you're saying about your grandma, Schaef? She hates God?
No.
Or hated God?
She's very devout.
Text from the 402, dumb debates over Mitch Holtis. I think saying get rid of Mitch Holtis because they are eliminated and suck.
That would be interesting if that was the whole thing.
Honestly, I bet he would be okay with that. He'd say, we don't have to talk.
I don't know. That kind of feels like motivation to want the Mitch Holtis segment, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's true. If you hate the Chiefs, you should enjoy what's
I was
happening.
going to say Stibbs is probably got popcorn and everything ready to go for this one.
We only have 2 more interviews with him this season. We will talk to him this week. We will not talk to him next week because it will be Christmas Eve. We will not talk to him the week after. It'll be New Year's Eve. And then when we return, week 18 will be in the rearview mirror. And famously, they're not playing in the wild card round.
So a week from today, Christmas Eve.
Yes.
I didn't even really consider that.
Yeah. 7 plus 17 equals 24. That's how you get to Christmas Eve.
This is the first I've learned that today is the 17th.
Yep. You ready for this? Week from tomorrow, Christmas.
Yeah, that I figured out when I figured out today was the
Christmas
17th
Eve.
and that,
2 weeks from today, New Year's Eve.
There we
7 plus 17 equals Christmas Eve sounds like a very good specific Christmas song.
Does it? It kind of does. So you can call us or text us. You can also email us, Equitable Bank inbox, josh@1620thezone.com. Now, I'm going to read this from Chris.
Okay.
But just know that it is Chris's opinion. Should I do it in a different voice so people know that this is not my
Do the
opinion?
McMaster lisp.
Yeah. Do you ever do something with Matt and he starts talking in the voice of, let's say, an idiot, and he'll be like, he'll just turn into Thucker and Thuckatash.
He turns into Daffy Duck.
It's very strange. All right, Chris writes, I did grow up Catholic, and yes, it is terrible and dumb. Chris's words, not mine. But those are the types of emails you can send us to josh@1620thezone.com.
About Catholicism or any other topic that you choose to send an email.
Feel free. I'm happy to see Catholicism takes. We recently watched a movie. What?
It's just a funny combination of words.
I mean, it's such an interesting religion, As always, Christianity, it's all under the same umbrella. They just, again, it's college football, different traditions.
Go on with the movie. What movie?
Oh, Spotlight.
Oh, yeah.
We
gotta nail these scumbags. Which movie? Is it going to be Doubt? Is it going to be...
You recommended that movie to me.
The Pope movie was pretty good.
Doubt's incredible.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Schaefer and I, at the beginning of COVID, we would recommend a movie to each other, and each of us would watch it and then have opinions.
It's like movie club.
I think it lasted 3 movies. He recommended Doubt. I recommended... Crap, what was the one that I recommended? Oh, Midsommar. I don't think you were a huge fan of Midsommar.
Yeah, I watched it.
And then you recommended the one with Brad Pitt where he's like dancing with the headphones.
Oh, Burn After Reading.
And I think that was when it ended.
Okay.
So you were 2 for 2.
And you just left me hanging.
I guess so. I could recommend
I want to
it.
say you once recommended 48 Hours, but I'm not entirely sure if that's true or not. It could have been someone else. But that was in the same vein.
That's the
Nick
comedy.
Nolte.
Yeah.
And,
I did watch that during COVID.
Yeah.
Not
Not that you recommended that.
24 Hours? Are you sure it wasn't that one? Because I
No.
read the book.
No. It was,
Okay. And then I watched the movie eventually.
48 Hours.
All right, there you go.
It was a
Greg
COVID watch.
and Lincoln, Midsommar, pretty intense. I
I love that
rewatched
movie.
the extended
It was-
edition recently.
I remember like the anxiety I had while watching that. And I watched it at like 10 a.m. in the morning or something. It wasn't like some sort of late night where
It's an interesting 10 a.m.
Though,
movie.
you know what? It's like sunlight all the time in the movie, so it kind of
Yeah.
fits.
I just remember like the anxiety apprehension as it's going on. It's like
I watched it for the
I'm not
first
sure
time
how I
this
feel
year.
about this.
The way in
I
which
love that
people
movie.
die in that movie is incredible.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. So those are the ways to get in touch with us. When we return, will it be a Husker topic or will it be dumb debates? If it's dumb debates, get in your dumb debates right now. I mean, we're getting more of these. Should we just do dumb debates?
I think
It's up to Schaef.
if people are sending them in, I don't want them to go to waste.
All right, when we return,
Oh!
the Wednesday tradition. Nick bullied me into this. So all that hard prep,
Bullying works.
all that prep that I did this morning for a Husker football topic is now out the window. Unreal. This could have been our finest topic of all time. But we'll do dumb debates. I'm looking forward to it. That's coming up next. Mike Schaefer, and today for John Bishop, I'm Josh Peterson. Also, Schaefer will have plenty on tonight's game between Creighton and Xavier. That will come later in the show. People are asking for it. They want you and I to talk about the Creighton
Wow.
game.
Okay. Yeah.
So we'll have that for you, too, unless we run out of time. All that ahead next on 1620 The Zone.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Listeners and not to, we did anyway. Dumb debating.
John's computer sucks, Macs are the only way. Dumb debating.
Fullbacks are running backs, hamburger steaks.
Josh is too dumb to eat a cupcake.
Mailing a base.
Does John like Nebraska or Creighton?
Just three radio hosts on air, dumb debating. Die for the pylon or give up on the plate, dumb debating.
Millennials are great and old should go away. Dumb debating.
Rarely do we find any common ground.
Josh wants his food to be the best around.
Even if it gives him fatal flatulation.
Just three radio hosts on air, dumb debating. When a tree falls down and nobody's around, you can bet your ass it won't make a sound. Water ain't wet, you know nothing about hydration. Just three radio hosts on air, dumb debating. Just three radio hosts on air, dumb debating.
Wow. Dumb debates at 2:50.
Bullying works.
It's like the show is almost done, but we still are going to be here.
Welcome, 250 people, to Dumb Debates.
Yeah, I do love the idea of someone getting in their car who always is, listening on a Wednesday at 2:50. They miss Mike Schaefer's regular hit. Well, you're here today. Or they just miss sports talk in general. And they're like, what segment is this? So this is called Dumb Debates. You email us your questions, your quandaries, and we'll answer them in the best way we can. Matt in Chicago offering an opinion. Midsommar, I thought, would be scarier than it was.
Yeah, I don't know that it's like outwardly frightening. It's just the tension building.
It's intense.
It's
how
like,
I would describe it.
I love the dancing scene.
It's just
good.
You're
All the
just constantly
faces.
being twisted and cranked harder and harder.
Yeah.
So.
Nice.
You don't want to get cranked.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So send us in your questions and we will get to them over the course of the next few minutes. Like this one from Brian in Bellevue. And I'm going to add Brian's name.
Is this the Brian that quit the show? Probably not.
No, that was Brian, a different Brian.
All right.
The Brian man.
I
of the
hope he
group.
comes back at some point. I mean, I don't want him to just be gone.
You at one
forever.
point yelled at a listener and now you're yelling at Rule. I don't know.
Who did I don't
understand.
whatever.
You were accosting people, I guess. Brian from Bellevue. Dumb debates. Is it better to open presents on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day?
Okay.
Off to the races we go.
As a kid, I don't know how to do this.
Oh.
Because there's some things that you don't want to spoil potentially if there's people listening.
Oh, I see what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you're talking about the wonder of Christmas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to go
It might be in
with this.
school, yeah.
Anyways, it's as a
Nick,
parent.
the question is Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, what's better for presents?
Ooh.
Yeah, as a parent. There you go.
I'm really looking forward to my son for Christmas morning. He's now he is aware of Santa, of presents,
Badass.
all of it.
That's awesome.
He loves Christmas tree. First thing he does when he gets home from daycare is he turns the light on the Christmas tree, screams on. It's the happiest that he is all day. It's amazing.
Wow.
So
he loves all of the Christmas decorations, of which my wife has plenty.
Mhm.
And it's going to be a ton of fun. So I am very much looking forward to Christmas Day.
Okay.
I'm going to say Christmas Day just because I remember as a kid, Christmas Eve. I grew up in a family where no gifts until Christmas, right? You have to, my mom would wake me up at 4 a.m. because she loves Christmas. But
Wow.
yeah.
That seems excessive.
Yep, sure was. And then she would make me wait until Dad got up before we opened anyway. So we wouldn't really start opening gifts until 6. So I don't know why she made me get up at 4.
We had a paper route, so the whole paper route had to be done before, because obviously the paper still delivers on Christmas Day, so that all had to be done before. This is the fastest the paper ever
You get
got
time and a
out.
half for that?
Nice.
No, I don't know. I don't think that's how we got paid. I want to go back and figure out what I actually got paid per time put in while this paper out, and it probably wasn't that much, and yet at the time it felt like I was rich.
Oh, you probably were.
So what are you gonna do?
Because I think Christmas Eve is the highest amount of anticipation you could have for any day of the year, right? It's the excitement right before Christmas, and that's a really exciting feeling to have. And I don't think anything compares to that Christmas Eve feeling, because the next day you're going to get gifts and family and food and all of that. So I think Christmas is Perfect.
Christmas is the answer. My mom's parents, my grandparents, they are Christmas Eve openers of their gifts, which always felt like a cheat code.
Yeah.
You know, like we go over there on
You can
Christmas Eve.
you can open one gift.
Yeah, and so that's how it always was with my parents, because I think that was a tradition from my dad's side of the family that they did one gift on Christmas Eve, and then we did the rest of them on Christmas Day. That evolved over the years. At one point with my parents, we got to pick a gift, but I think at some point it was like, what if they accidentally picked like one of the good gifts, like one of the all-time gifts? And so then they started just giving us like all one thing, and so it usually was like a fun Christmas sock or pajama pants or like a coffee mug or something like that. And then like, all right, so we'll save all the good stuff.
Did the coffee mug say, "Don't talk to me until I drink this much"?
Oh,
or...
nice. Never mind. I was going to go somewhere else with that.
No,
I wish it would have though.
We got a call in. I don't know if it was necessarily meant to be a dumb debates from Brian, but I think it's something we could talk about here.
Okay.
Where would Nebraska be if they hired Jeff Monken instead? Honkin' for Monken.
Where would Nebraska be?
I don't know that they would be
higher floor, lower ceiling.
I think they would be in a very similar spot wins wise.
Yeah.
19. I don't know that there would be a whole lot of enthusiasm for what people have watched though.
So it sounds like right now.
Yeah, yes and no. I think it's a lot harder to wallow through a season with an option style offense.
That's fair.
Than it is to wallow through a season with whatever we would call Nebraska.
Yeah, what's more depressing, having your quarterback get sacked 9 times in a game or running an option so you can't throw? Both are depressing in their own way.
There's something to me that would be relatively difficult to just watch a 12-game season where a team goes 7-5 and they threw 112 passes the entire year.
Yeah.
Like that would be tough.
Yes, Monken a good enough coach that you could win a lot of games with that type of offense? I don't think he's that good of a coach.
Yeah.
You know?
And I just don't think Nebraska needs to play that way.
Tom Osborne, he is not.
Yeah, well, I mean, few ever have been.
Might want to get your computer, by the way, Chef.
Speaking of coaches,
I guess.
Pedro writes, "Hi, guys. Dumb debates question.
Hi, Pedro.
I went back to one of your episodes, November 1st, 2021.
Okay.
The subject seems to be the same. USC needs a new coach. The flavor of the year is Coach Mel Tucker. He was the coach everyone wanted. Was Jack Mitchell the voice of reason? Was Jack right about everything?"
Just specifically about Mel Tucker, I assume?
I don't know. I'm confused a little bit by this. What was Jack correct about? That he wanted Scott Frost to return? I mean, they brought him back in 2022.
Yeah, I don't think he was correct about that.
No, I was right.
At least I think it
wrong.
played out in a manner of which being fired after 3 games meant he was absolutely not correct.
Oh, man. By the way, multiple people, careful. Schaef needs a dump button. Spoiler alert, Cody. Kids are out already. Schaef, you handled that question with deftness that we rarely see around here. Good job by you.
I got concerned.
You were really close to just talking.
I got very concerned, and so then I shut it down. We reassessed the situation.
You got to watch out for the 250 crowd.
Matt in Chicago, not McMaster, says, better question, how bad would it be if we hired Fickle?
I mean, it would be worse.
Wow.
I think it'd be a lot worse,
God,
actually.
I wanted Luke Fickle.
He would have been, I think people would have been excited about that hire. Because it would have almost seemed like a surprise to pull that off.
It would have.
And I think it'd be worse.
Definitely. Alex Alinga says Jack was right about CT11. Sad he didn't make it right with CT11. Mike Schaefer learned this week that Jack Mitchell is a Casey Thompson guy. Still is a Casey Thompson guy.
In 2025?
Yeah. It's pretty wild.
That is wild.
Aaron Papillion asks, or first of all, states.
Why? Okay, before we get too far, why are there just like certain players that just develop this cult following, despite the fact that no matter what they either accomplished or never had the opportunity to accomplish, or, there was like, and I'm going to say names. I don't want to take offense to these players' careers, but
this will be fun.
I mean, there was certain players that, and it's always backup quarterbacks, and usually they're the guys that never
Breon Carnes,
one of them.
No offense,
there was like a faction of AJ Bush believers that really just felt like AJ Bush was
he was a lefty, right?
He was going to have this spring that was going to take the job
he was
away
a big dude, wasn't he?
Tommy Armstrong,
you loved his size,
et cetera, et cetera. And more recently, like there was a faction of people that felt like Logan Smothers never got a fair shake, and that he would have been, and he got the one start or whatever.
A fair shake he got.
There were people who swore up and down to me that Chubba Purdy was going to be the exact quarterback Nebraska needed to to get through, whether it was 2022 or 23.
Yeah, we saw what happened there.
And, I just I don't what makes people gravitate to these specific quarterbacks?
Well, in those cases, I understand it. The unknown of a backup is always so intriguing, just like for this year, right? With TJ Lateef.
Right.
Casey Thompson, I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Well,
I think he
was better than Jeff Sims, I guess.
think he was good at talking after games and before games.
And he threw the ball far to a player sometimes.
It also helped that they had a literal cheat code at wide receiver.
NFL receiver.
And then spammed their offense to just get him the ball. It was the right move, given everything else.
Imagine Casey Thompson with the crop of receivers they had in 23. It would have been disgusting. It would have been terrible.
You're telling me Billy Kemp couldn't have run the same route?
Oh, gosh. Aaron and Papillion, there are smells that trigger things that make people really happy. Coffee, fresh cut grass, etc. Is there something that you smell that triggers this that you may not have expected? Example, a fresh bag of Twizzlers being opened does that for me. Is there a smell, Mike Schaefer, that surprises you in your enjoyment of it?
Like an underrated smell.
Yes, that's kind of the question here. Patrick Witt, by the way, Jimmy mentions in the chat. That's a great one.
The movie theater smell, like with the
smell of the theater.
The smell of the theater, but also just into that, the butter, the popcorn, all of that. It puts me in a good mood. Like, that's a place where I'm going in to watch movies, so I'm probably going to be in a good mood anyways. But two, generally in a good mood, just being in a movie theater. I think the ambiance and the, that is part of it.
And this one might not be underrated, but I do love going to my parents' house this time of year. Like the specific smell of Christmas time at my parents' house with my mom. Not even like the cookies.
I mean, a real Christmas tree is an incredible smell.
I've never had one.
An incredible smell. I campaigned. I had a 2-year campaign for us to have a real tree when I was in high school because I was tired of a really bad fake tree, really bad. Each branch had to be put into the.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was awful.
Yeah.
And it looked as sad as the Charlie Brown one does before they make it look nice. And so I was able to get a real tree one year, and the smell was incredible.
How about this one from Andy? The smell of a brewery.
Yeah.
That is a great smell.
Mm-hmm.
You walk into a brewery, it has that beer, but it's like a little stale.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. That's awesome.
I think mine, I don't even know how a good way to describe the smell, but in the fall, back home or
back on
small
the farm,
town, wherever, there's always a certain smell that came with harvest season. And it would make me sneezy and stuff, but I really like that smell. That or diesel. That's a good smell too.
Diesel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The smell of gas and exhaust. I do enjoy that smell.
Really?
I love it. Start a car on a crisp, cool morning and this gas is just hitting you.
Oh, this is probably opposite of many, many people, but I grew up with a father that smoked, and I actually I have good memories of
I feel that. I feel that.
Of being in the car with my dad at that, especially now since he's passed. That's one of those strong, when you walk by someone who has just smoked and they hit you and it smells that way, but
so it just makes you think
he's one of the
dad?
people I think of all the time. That's obviously secondhand smoke is nobody's favorite thing in the world, but it's a very strong emotional thing.
The smell of the mustiness of a car or truck that has been sitting in one place for a very long time.
Literally smell
that smell?
I do.
Makes me think of my grandpa.
New car smell is amazing.
No, I like old musty car smell.
Yeah, new car smell every time. New shoe smell. You get new shoes, you get them out of the box. That smell just fills your room that you're in.
My dad and his friend like to get project cars, and sometimes project cars were old and musty, and I'd go with them sometimes, and it's just a really fun memory.
These are things I can't relate to as a non-car person.
I think of dirty hands. 402 texter, the smell of a casino always gets me excited. How about this one from Star Wars Fiend? The smell of a record store or bookstore.
That's a good one.
I do like, and Scott says new book smell. Yeah, we went to the bookstore downtown at, Jackson Street Tavern, I believe. And wow, that place smells. Just, all the books in there, all the memories. I found a book that had one review on Goodreads and I bought it.
Would you buy a candle that's just new, bookstore smell?
Yes.
The smell of the candle.
We could put it in our reading room at home. God, that sounds amazing.
What's the most overrated smell?
Oh, Most overrated smell. So you're saying the smell isn't worth the squeeze?
Or maybe it's like everybody says that's their favorite smell. Like after rain.
You know what? Okay, I'll say it. The fresh cut grass, doesn't really do what it does for other people to me. Everyone gets so excited for that. It's like, cool, congratulations.
Kina said flowers, and I kind of agree because all flowers kind of smell the same to me. They smell nice, call. But I think all flowers kind of smell the same.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, for sure. Back to the dumb debates questions. Let's see. And we're saving that one from Star Wars Fiend about your grandma. If it meant sub 500 seasons for the next 40 years in football, would Husker fans take a Final Four run in exchange?
40 years?
40 years so it's Scott Frost for 40 more years.
No.
You wouldn't take one Final Four run? Would you?
No, probably not. A Final Four run is not the same as a title.
So that means you and I are almost 80.
I would believe
when they finally
I don't
go,
want 40 years of bad
poop in your pants.
Football.
I'd probably get out of the business if you guaranteed that they're going 40 years.
Let alone being in the business or not, just like
it'd
the
be
depression of people around here would be pretty brutal.
Yeah.
So I would say no, and that's from someone who very much would love a deep basketball run or a title. But I'll just continue to believe that they'll make a Final Four run without this.
How many years do you have to chop off for you to start considering that question? 30 years is probably still too long.
Yeah.
20 years?
It's still too long.
What about a decade? They almost went a decade.
We're in the range now at this point around it. I still wouldn't want to do 10 years.
Because they pretty much did, right? 15 to 23.
In large part because I don't know that Nebraska as an entity can survive a 10-year stretch again of just terrible.
Well,
in this version of college football.
That's a fair point. That's a very fair point. Let's see.
I would say yes for the record.
Oh, would you, Nick?
Yes,
Interesting.
Yes.
Dave Fight, is giving somebody a bunch of lottery scratchers a good gift or a bad gift?
Great gift.
Really?
It's an easy thing to buy for people. It's like there's people in I'm not like a big scratch off person. It's not something I would necessarily.
It's not how I roll either.
But there are definitely people that love receiving these, just sitting there in the morning, scratching off their ticket, whatever. So I think it's a good gift, and it could potentially lead to, money for people as well. So
here's my argument with it. I'm in the same boat. I don't buy them myself, but I don't mind if they're gifted. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't get anything from that scratch ticket, it's basically the same as not having received anything from somebody.
Excellent point, Nick.
Other than a piece of paper that you had to work at to get nothing from.
Generally, the scratch off tickets to me are like an additional part of a gift. It's to close the gap of money that was spent on something. Like if there's $25 gift exchange and $20 were spent, $5 scratch off being thrown in there is like the Christmas aspect of it to me. It's usually, though I have given someone 40 because they really like scratch off tickets. I gave them $40 in scratch off tickets for their 40th birthday.
Wow.
So, there's that aspect too.
Yeah. I don't want that. Give me Popeye's gift cards.
Keena's got a point. I don't want scratch offs from my husband, but I would love a scratch off in place of a dumb candle or something from a coworker.
Very fair. Yes.
It's a good coworker gift.
Scratch off. Yeah. It's from people that I don't get gifts from. But if like my dad was like, here you go, I'd say, why did you buy these? Because that would be totally against his character. But I would also say, thank you, Dad. I love you very much for this. All right, let's get to it. Star Wars Fiend. You can have unlimited wealth for the rest of your life, but you have to drop kick your 90-year-old grandma in church in front of your whole family at Christmas Eve Mass with no explanation. Are you doing it? Unlimited wealth. Drop kick your grandma in church.
The thing is, you'd have to pick which grandma too. Assuming if you're blessed to have.
I am very lucky. I still have both of my grandmas.
I only have one alive right now.
So you have one grandma, Nick. You got to drop.
Neither are alive, so I would have to historically have gone back and making a decision.
Or you're going to dig up some bones.
And so then it becomes
okay. Well,
if I can drop kick the bones for unlimited wealth, I'm taking.
I don't know. That's almost more monstrous.
Digging up your grandma to then
and
drop
bringing it to mass and showing the whole church grandma's bones. And then you're like, check this out.
They don't know that's your grandma's bones. It's just random bones.
Nah, you got to tell them. I think in that scenario, it's grandma.
They'd probably figure it out.
Hey, everybody, check this out.
And do you have to do all the grave robbing yourself, or can I just pay someone to have that done?
I think in this scenario, you got to do the whole shebang.
Okay.
See, the big issue.
With no one alive, it's an easy yes for me.
So you'll just drop kick any grandma.
Pretty much, yeah.
The biggest issue with me is my remaining grandmother is extremely religious, and she's Pentecostal, which is very religious. So doing that at her church, I think I might get stoned before I could get the money.
Just have a security team on standby as soon as it happens.
Hey guys, I promise you'll get paid after I do this.
Well, yeah, that's his unlimited wealth.
Yeah.
So my grandpa, one of my grandpas, listens to the show a lot. He might be listening right now. And so if I say yes at Christmas next week, because it's a week from tomorrow,
we've learned,
he could say, "You're going to drop kick your grandma?" I'd say, "But Grandpa, unlimited wealth. Think of what we could do with that.
Think of the NIL that I could support down in Lincoln."
He would actually be very excited about this, man. But the part about Star Wars Fiends' question every week is there's no explanation to give to people, and that's always the hard part. I'm just kicking her, and then I'm
drop kicking her,
and I'm not telling anybody why.
Also, if you had to, do you know how to drop kick somebody?
Isn't it you just jump and kick?
I thought it was just a jump in the air and kick.
Yeah, I could figure it out.
Yeah,
I mean, it probably wouldn't go well for
you
either
could
of
run,
us.
jump off of a pew, and then
Christmas Eve.
You could make it like a parkour drop kick.
Man, how mad would my parents be?
Is it against church law to use a pew for parkour purposes?
I think you would really try to time it out to the Silent Night, is being sung or whatever, and it's all is calm, and then bam.
The timing's important.
Yeah.
See, if you can do it in a way that's funny, I think people would forgive you.
Really? If there was a hilarity factor?
Yeah, because then it just turns into like Three Stooges. It's slapstick.
What if Grandma falls and gets a concussion? Like this could very much damage her.
You could pay for the hospital.
I'm worried about the other grandma. I'm worried that this could kill her. I think I'm saying no. I don't want to hurt my grandma.
You can afford a good lawyer should you need it.
Grandma, I could. Grandma, I love you.
Stibbs, just tell everyone she's racist.
No, she is not racist, Stibbs.
You're not allowed to explain anything.
Yeah, but I'm just telling you my grandma's not racist.
Well, that's good.
I'm saying no.
I mean, no, I won't. No.
Sonny says, Josh, do you really not know what a drop kick is? Before you drop the ball and as soon as it hits the ground, you kick it. Yes, I know what a drop kick in football is.
Yeah, that's different.
I'm not drop kicking a ball into my grandma. I'm drop kicking my grandma.
Into the pew.
Mm-hmm. All right, there you go.
You
Headley.
have to punt this kickball directly into your grandma's face.
Now, see, on that, I'd say yes, because I could just say it was an accident. Like, oh, sorry, Grandma.
And then
I just
like,
happened to be sitting at church with a kickball.
Yeah,
and I punted it right into my grandma's face.
Yeah,
that you could claim as an accident.
Yes,
your grandfather would accept.
So here's
your grandfather would accept you saying, "Oh,
so here's the thing.
My grandson brought a kick. My 37-year-old grandson brought a kickball to mass
next Wednesday." High of 49 degrees. You could bring a ball to church and say, "It's so nice. Let's begin a new Christmas Eve tradition of playing football." And then, all right, oh, crap, forgot to put it away. I guess I'll bring the football into church. I think I could figure this part out.
Keena, you can't explain it ahead of time, but you can carefully orchestrate a smear campaign ahead of time.
Exactly. I'll set this thing up. All right, that's Dumb Debates at a new time.
How'd you feel about 250 Dumb Debates?
Weird, because we still got more of the show to come. Very strange. You know,
you still do after regular.
I know, but normally it's like, all right, it's time to get ready for content. Nick, what questions are we going to get to today? Also, that is canceled today. We don't have time for content.
Shucks.
All right, when we return, little National Football or National Fun League, rather. I'm going to tell Schaefer why the playoffs could be his impending doom as a
my doom. I'm fascinated
as a take haver and some other stuff as well. Eric Edholm will join us in a few minutes. It's Unsportsmanlike Conduct on this Wednesday on 1620 The Zone. Josh Peterson, Mike Schaefer, Nick Grimm, Eric Edholm will join us at the bottom of the hour. It's on Sportsmanlike Conduct here on this Wednesday. Off a little early today, sadly, 5 o'clock. Pre-game coverage of Creighton and Xavier will begin from the arena. Tip just after 5:30. Of course, you can hear that on 1620 The Zone and 1019 The K. There are also games on all of our stations tonight. 1290 has
UNO.
Has Omaha versus Creighton. 1180 Santa Baby also has Omaha versus Creighton. How fun is that?
It is fun.
And then, and then you got us here with basketball as well. Incredible. Gosh, we love basketball
really kind
season.
of incredible.
Isn't it really nice?
Dueling broadcasts.
Wow. I would put both of them on at the same time.
Wow.
2 games at the same time, man. All right, so I was thinking I wrote down a variety of things that we could talk about today. And I was going to say, hey, you could pick one of these, but we only have a few minutes before we're talking to Eric, But then I was thinking about this. We've had discussions about Sam Darnold many times over the last year. And earlier this season, you were saying how sad you were that the Vikings don't have him. And I said, have no fear. He's going to melt down and, you'll be happy to not deal with it. I think that that's going to happen. You've been so anti-Bears. I think that they could win the NFC.
No.
You've been so...
That might be the dumbest football opinion you've given me this
You've
year.
been so anti-49ers.
That's incredible.
The 49ers could certainly win the NFC this year.
Yeah.
You don't think the Bears could win the NFC?
No.
Why not?
You think the Bears are going to win 3 straight games?
I didn't say I will. I just think they could.
That's how they win. They're not going to win the
No,
first,
I know. No, yeah.
First,
they
they're
could.
not even going to win the
predicting it.
division.
Maybe.
If they lose to the Packers,
They're
this
not going to
week.
lose to the Packers.
Okay, but they already have.
Yeah, but the Packers were better at that time because they still had Micah Parsons.
Okay, all right.
Now, I don't want to make another lunch bet with you because the
Yeah,
last time this worked out terribly.
I was going to say, you're going really hard in the paint for someone who's been wrong yourself this year.
Wrong. We've both been wrong.
People are wrong. It's an 18-week sport.
That's how life works.
The Bears are not going to the Super Bowl.
Probably not.
You can put it on the board.
Okay. I'll put it on the list is what I'll do.
Okay.
I will put that on the list. You don't think that they could win?
No.
Wow, that's pretty crazy to me. I think you're way
At
way
best,
way
they
wrong.
are the 4th or 5th best team in the NFC right now.
Rams number 1.
Rams, Seahawks 1, 2, whatever.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I mean, and Seahawks are the team that I feel like I'm fading on myself. It took a world's effort to beat Phillip Rivers, who had not played a football game since COVID.
Yeah.
COVID.
And when they beat the Rams on Thursday, literally tomorrow.
That is tomorrow.
Yeah.
A week
is
from
it going to be
Christmas.
we have to talk about the Colts game?
No, I think that they could win tomorrow. I am not going to pick them to win 3 playoff games in January.
Well, they may only have to win 2.
That's fair. I will probably not pick them to win 2 playoff games, but so I'm very much out on Darnold. You've been on the NFC is way worse than the AFC train all year.
I have.
Do you still feel that way? That's a wild opinion.
I still think that save for the Seahawks and I think the Seahawks and Rams are the best teams in the NFC.
Yeah.
And then there's a large drop off after that.
Yeah.
And in the AFC, it's probably 2 on each. So it's probably Denver and Buffalo. And then, but I would take New England over the rest of those NFC
That's
teams.
crazy to me. Really?
What? Okay. So you take out Seattle and the Rams,
yeah.
You're taking the Bears.
Well, I like the 49ers.
If the Bears and the Patriots, are you going with the Bears?
No, probably not. But if they played the 49ers,
Bears and the
I'd go with
Chargers, are you going with the Bears?
Yes. The Chargers right now, yes.
Okay.
Now I know the Chargers.
The
beat
Bears and the
Eagles.
Jaguars, are you going with the Bears?
Yes, absolutely, I am.
I am taking none of those. I'm not taking the Bears over any of those teams.
Yeah, but you have an anti-Bear bias.
They're not good.
They are though. They're good.
Yeah.
This is crazy. They're good. They're a good football team.
They are not a good.
That's wild, man. If the Vikings were doing the exact same thing as the Bears right now, you'd be like, nobody will say that they're good, and they're obviously good.
I give them a ton of credit for beating the crap out of the Browns. They finally have a win besides the Cowboys this year, where they just put a team in the dirt and they put them away.
Thanks for reminding me.
So they have 2 of those now.
I know the Eagles have
have
had weird vibes, but that win on Black Friday I thought was very.
No, they took it right to them.
Yeah.
They did.
They ran the ball down their throats.
I don't believe that they.
The problem
It's
turnover.
hilarious to me that you're talking about Sam Darnold, but you're over here. Caleb Williams can win 3 straight games in January.
I always love your impression of me. First of all,
well, it's my impression of everybody.
I know it's pretty funny.
It's generic impression of when I just
not picking them to. I'm just saying I could see it.
Yes, if you say I can see to literally all 14 teams.
No, I can't though. I can't say it with the Packers anymore.
Okay.
Can't say it with the Packers anymore. Can't say it with the Bucks. Can't see with the Steelers. Can't see with the Ravens.
I will say this. I can't see it with either NFC South team.
I'm happy that we're
I'm
in agreement on that.
happy. I will also include, I can't see it with either AFC North team.
Yeah.
On Monday, I told John that the AFC North champion and the NFC South champion should just be in the Celebration Bowl.
Yeah, they really should.
That would be a great game for all parties.
All right, we'll see if we can pick this conversation up after our next guest. Let's see what Eric Edholm thinks. Does he see the Bears going on a run through the NFC?
I don't know how.
Well, let's ask him. He'll join us when we return here on 1620 The Zone. Welcome back. It's Unsportsmanlike Conduct on 1620 The Zone and 1620thezone.com. Josh Peterson, Mike Schaefer sitting in today, and so happy to go right now to the Prairie Flower Casino Zone hotline and welcome in from NFL Media, NFL.com, our good friend Eric Edholm. Eric, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, so we actually just had a very spirited, heated debate about the Chicago Bears and what kind of run they could or could not go on. Now, I will state my case. I don't think they will go on a run in the NFC, but I certainly could see it happening where they would end up in the Super Bowl. Mike Schaefer, my partner today, disagrees. What say you?
Yeah, I mean, it really, boy, you could see a lot of different outcomes. Obviously, I think I'm here based in the Chicago area, and I think a lot of people have had the same conversation recently, which is, hey, this season reminds me of 2018. Of course, we know how that one ended, right? I mean, that's the problem, right? I was at that game in the playoffs, the double doink game against the Eagles. Going into that game, I think the Bears felt pretty confident they could win. But yeah, I mean, you never really know until the playoff field shakes out. Obviously, got to take care of business in this game Saturday night. Got to take care of business in the division and get the best seed possible. I think their chances of the number one seed are pretty much out of, I mean, there's a remote possibility, but can't really count on that now after last week's or after the last couple of weeks. So, it's going to be fascinating. I mean, a lot depends on Caleb Williams. He's, I think, left a little meat on the bone at times this season, but he's also played far better than he did last year, avoiding sacks. Ball security's been good. There are a lot of positives. So, what's the health of the offense going into the postseason, and what kind of seed are they looking at?
I know they're not likely to be the 1 seed. They're not likely to be the 2 seed. They're not likely to win the division. But is there more pressure on Buffalo than anybody else in the playoffs in 2025 because there is not the Kansas City Chiefs and there won't be Joe Burrow and there may not be Lamar Jackson? And so it's just Josh Allen is the guy?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I look at that as pressure or an opportunity. I don't want to sound too much like a coach when I say stuff like that. But really, I mean, I kind of feel like that's the window they need, right? I mean, everyone's sort of counting them out. Let's say the Patriots do get the AFC East title. Bills have to go on the road. I mean, look, I would feel pretty good about them in a matchup against the Steelers or Jaguars. They've already beaten the Patriots once recently. Broncos, obviously a kind of high-flying team right now. I mean, everything since that narrow win over the Raiders has been pretty impressive, and had a tough first half defensively, but we know how good they are on that side of the ball. I mean, they took over that game against Green Bay, and that would be a big challenge head-to-head. So, you just sort of think about some of the teams who they potentially could face, and Broncos would be tough, but I don't know that it's the most daunting field. And, they still have warts. They're not a perfect defense. They're not a perfect offense, but I think they're explosive enough, obviously with Allen and, potentially defensively, that, you might be looking at a team that has an easier path now than they've ever had. Think about when Peyton Manning won his first Super Bowl. That was not the best version of the Colts. And I think it was more that they caught the Patriots in a bad year, won that head-to-head matchup, and got through. I'm not saying it's exactly that way, but you could think of it in those terms.
Eric Edholm joining us, talking some NFL. Eric, the other team that I know that Schaef and I really like right now in the AFC is Houston. And I wonder, like before the year, there was this expectation from them, and they got off to such a tough start. They put themselves in a hole. Now they're playing some really good football. And of course, that defense is terrorizing people, including Buffalo not that long ago. When you start thinking about teams that have impressed you the most over the last month plus, like where would Houston slot for you right now?
Yeah, they're right up there. I mean, I think that, similar kind of makeup to Denver, and obviously a defense that can take over a game and really, short circuit an offense, frustrated quarterback. And then the potential for good things on offense too. And both teams, have some quality special teams as well. So, I mean, they're well-rounded, very respected coaches too. So they're very similar makeup. That just kind of gives you a window into, if you look at them and the Broncos since week 4, there's really not a whole lot of difference. I mean, I think they have very, very similar resumes. We know how hot they've been. Going 3-0 without CJ Stroud was really impressive, but now Stroud has come back and, reclaimed that spot and played pretty darn well. So as long as they are not, gashed by injuries in the backfield or that offensive line kind of becomes a problem again, they're as capable as anybody in this field. I really don't think there's a lot separating 1 through 7 in the AFC this year.
Do you like the fact that we get Rams Seahawks part 2 on a Thursday night, so it's all by itself? Or do you wish that they had gotten the full week of rest, a normal Sunday, when you have a matchup of this magnitude?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it'd be cool to see it kind of at the end of the week, Sunday night or Monday night or something like that, just to have its own kind of stage. But, obviously Thursday is a great way to kick off the week too. And, I mean, there's a lot of pressure on Seattle for sure, having lost the first one and, maybe outplayed the Rams for the last 3 quarters of that game too, or, a good portion of it anyway. Just couldn't couldn't prevent those Darnold turnovers and, couldn't quite finish it off. So, then again, obviously the Rams, come in, maybe not Devontae Adams there too. And that's the tough part about a short week is, that window is reduced so much. But I think it's going to be a great game. I think it's going to be another defensive type game. I mean, even as explosive as both teams could be offensively, we're talking about 2 top 5 scoring defenses as well. And that's the part of their, resume that sometimes gets overlooked. So really good teams. Either one of them could be in the Super Bowl Derby this year. Seattle maybe kind of leveled off a little bit. So if they make a big statement, in this game, I think it'll kind of reignite their playoff chance a little bit.
Eric Edholm joining us. Eric, if we would have talked to you a week ago, right now, we would have had a much different view on Green Bay, compared to a week later. How does the Parsons injury in particular, how does that change just your view of the NFC? We began this conversation talking about the Bears. Of course, they're playing the Bears on Saturday. How does this change what you're expecting now on that side of the ledger over the next month?
Yeah, it's pretty big. And I reflected in my power rankings this week, dropped him a 4 or 5 slots, and I just felt like, first of all, he was having a really good game too, and he was the one guy who seemed to be kind of, impacting Nick and getting him off his spots a little bit. And to see him go down like that and realize, this puts a lot of pressure on Rashawn Gary and Lucas Van Ness now, and who's come back into the lineup and had little moments here and there, but hasn't quite put it together all the way. So, that's a lot to ask. They do still have a good defense, a capable defense. I don't know if it's capable of taking over a game or completely controlling a top-notch offense, but Jordan Love was playing at a level that was, kind of near MVP level up until that interception, that deep shot. Things kind of turned after that point. The protection worries me a little bit. Josh Jacobs has been on the injury report a lot. Christian Watson got hurt. The injury toll from that game was not just Parsons, but he's obviously the one that changes everything. So that was a tough one. And I feel like it takes a good chunk of their Super Bowl chances away.
I've tried to convince Josh all year that the Broncos are legitimately a good football team. I think he's finally on board accepting that they're a good football team.
Yeah.
What do you make of a team like this that every week they play the weirdest game in the NFL?
Yeah.
And it's just kind of part of their ethos. And their coach even plays into it with sort of his odd 4th down decisions last week as well. And other times this year.
Yeah, no doubt. Sean Payton has never really kind of done it the way that everybody else has done it, but it's been fascinating. Obviously they've evolved a little bit in the sense that, those slow starts were the norm every single game for a big chunk of the season. And, they did start with 2 empty drives against Green Bay and got behind and got in a trail position a little bit. But I think they're really good at figuring out the game as it evolves. And that's, we talk about, putting a roster together and all this stuff and what makes a successful football operation. If you're able to kind of figure out the flow of the game and what's important and what isn't and what matters, what can we throw out from our pregame planning and what do we have to incorporate here? That's really what separates the great coaches. And I think Peyton is maybe not on the level of peak Bill Belichick, but he's a guy who understands this is the time to take a risk. 4th down, 4th and 2, they take that deep shot to Sutton. Kind of was thinking short pass there, and so that's some great sort of strategic thinking that you see him use in the game. Then again, hyper aggressive, didn't work late. You're counting on your elite defense to kind of carry you through, and it makes him, I think, feel pretty good about his chances. It's almost like stealing a possession or two because your defense is so good. You can risk a 4th down turnover, and you can risk a chance or two early in the game and still be in pretty good position.
Eric Edholm joining us. Eric, there have been like a lot of folks, and this is not an original thought, I've had it as well, that we're saying over the last few weeks, if the Chiefs miss the playoffs, like it's going to be good because First of all, they're not going to go deep into January. They can finally get a little bit of rest, and maybe it causes them to look at their warts a little bit more. Of course, not a part of that plan was their quarterback Patrick Mahomes going down with a torn ACL in week 15 of the season. How does this change, in your opinion, the short-term view that this franchise has to have of itself, going into 2026? I think if he's still healthy, next year we're viewing it an entirely different way. When's he even going to be back? What does that look like when he is? I don't think they're going to punt on next season, but I do wonder what you think this could mean for how they operate as an organization, maybe with an eye towards 2027.
It's a fascinating question, and that's going to be the question of the offseason too. And I would say in the, obviously the first time that they line up at OTAs, Patrick Mahomes is not going to be on the field. Travis Kelce may not be on the field, assuming, there's a lot of talk about his retirement.
Mm-hmm.
So those are two big faces right there. And I'll just throw it out there. We have had some speculation about Andy Reid's future, in the past few years.
Yep.
Could he walk away? We were sort of saying before the Super Bowl, if he wins this one against the Eagles, does he just call it a career? So I don't think he's probably going to retire this offseason, but it's not like I've heard anything the other way either. So you never know, right? There could be some major sort of tide shifting organizational moves this offseason, but more likely, like you said, they're going to have to sort of be a little bit more precise in other areas where Pat would clean things up. And, they've always counted on great special teams. Those have kind of gotten a little sloppy in some respects. They've always counted on their defense being able to make big plays. Some games they did, some games they didn't. The pass rush wasn't there at the end of the year. So, the offensive line, they got the receivers, but with the injuries and everything else up front, weren't able to protect the way they probably want to. So I think it's kind of about sealing some of those cracks and building up the roster strength. A running back might help too. And assuming Mahomes is going to come back, but also planning for the fact that, sometimes these things take a little longer. Kyler Murray a couple years ago, took longer than expected coming back, and there are other examples. So he may have a goal for week one. He had a surgery already, which is crazy. Usually they'll let the swelling go down a little bit, but they went in there, carved him up. But, there's no guarantee that it's going to go on schedule, and you have to protect yourself. Maybe that means drafting a quarterback too, just to have a veteran in Minshew and then a rookie as well. Perhaps a little lower in the draft, but still, all those things have to be talked about now.
Eric Edholm, NFL Media, NFL.com. Eric, as always, we appreciate your time. Happy holidays, man. We will talk to you sometime in 2026.
All right, fellas. Take it easy. Have a good year. See you.
Thank you very much. That is Eric Edholm talking a little NFL. It's pretty wild how everything changes over the course of, one play for their entire viewpoint as an organization. He's right. There is a world. I would guess Andy Reid doesn't retire as well. I do think Travis Kelce does. But there's a world where all three of those guys aren't on the field when they go out there for OTAs. It is
hard to imagine. One of the things I want to ask Ms. Holtis is just what it's going to feel like for Kansas City for a few games, not just not having Mahomes, but when's the last time they had nothing to play for? Not
beyond the week 17, 18 stuff. I was thinking the same thing this morning.
They literally have nothing to play for in these last three games in terms of, achieving anything with wins.
Yep.
And it's not that they're set to go to the playoffs, so they don't have to, they're resting anybody.
Correct.
It's just, we haven't seen this since 2018? 2016?
You're talking about buys and stuff like that? The last time they didn't make a playoff was 2014. And so you're talking about then.
Yeah, you're
think about that.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, that's wild.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out right now if this
When's
year...
the last time that they had to play multiple games after being eliminated from playoff contention would have been 2014.
And maybe, I don't even know if they were eliminated from multiple games in 14.
Yeah.
You might have to go back to the year before Andy Reid.
And then I'm fascinated. They have the Christmas Day game against Denver.
Which,
what that
a week ago, I was whoa, that game's going to be huge. And now talk about non-existent.
Yeah.
The whole Christmas slate sucks now. Congratulations to the Vikings for maybe playing spoiler.
Nothing better than getting to see J.J. McCarthy on Christmas Day, I'm sure.
Hey, I did see this headline this morning, and I thought of you.
Oh, no.
J.J. McCarthy, Vikings, can build on young quarterback's latest performance.
Yeah.
Hold the line, Schaef. Hold the line.
Just keep playing these bad NFC East teams.
Call him J.J. McChristmas.
They could.
Wow.
I don't know that that's necessary. There's a couple things that Eric said that reminds me that the season is super long. that we condense a lot of our viewpoints into just what's happened recently.
Uh-huh.
Jordan Love playing at an MVP caliber level.
Yeah, I saw your face on that one.
He had nearly a third of his touchdowns in the 2 games previous to the one on Sunday. He had multiple weeks this year with no touchdown thrown. In those big 7 touchdowns to 1 interception performance in his wins against the Lions and the Bears, a total of 468 yards passing. So if that's what wins MVP,
and maybe it does. Well, I mean, Drake May was
then
the
other
guy.
one is,
he hasn't even had a 300-yard game this year, and everyone was crowning his ass.
Seattle's leveled off.
They have. I was nodding my head with them.
Incredible. Okay, so explain to me how Seattle's leveled off. Do you want to know what their point differential is since the game against the Rams?
When was the game against Rams? A month ago?
Let's go through these games because I pulled it up here because I was like,
because I agree with Eric.
You're going to agree with this.
I agree with Eric. Yeah,
because you're nuts. Okay. So Seattle.
Yeah. When was that game? First of all,
they played the Colts. They won 18-15.
Yeah, that's a 3.
They played the Falcons the week before that.
Yeah.
They won 37-7.
Well, the Falcons suck.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
Yeah.
They played the Vikings and Max Brosmer before that. They shut them out.
Vikings also suck.
26-0.
Yeah. They didn't play very well in that game.
Go back to that same week.
Did they play very well in that game?
No. They didn't play great in that.
Yeah.
Did the Rams play great in the game that they lost to the Panthers? And we're talking about how Seattle's leveled off and they've won by all these points?
You don't think Seattle's leveled off a little bit?
I don't think they're playing at the same level of
Yeah, that's leveling off. So you agree?
I don't understand. Leveled off compared to being super scorchingly hot?
Yes.
Sure. Then what are the Rams?
Well, they're also probably leveling off a little bit. Everybody's leveling off.
Yes. Okay. Then they're all leveling off.
He didn't sound like he was out on Seattle.
I know, but it's one of these things where it's like you go look at it and it's like they beat the crap out of you. They sucked, but that's what you do with teams that suck. Both teams have a win against a team that's probably not going to make the playoffs by 1 score. With the Colts, obviously, Phillip Rivers changes the dynamics of that.
Sure.
But it's not like the Rams, they played a shootout game against a bad Lions team right now. Not bad, but not.
Yeah, I mean, a great offense.
I'll tell you this.
Horrible defense.
would not be surprised at all if Minnesota sweeps the season series with Detroit when they come to Minnesota.
That's Christmas, right?
Because they probably aren't going to have anything to play for. And I think Minnesota's defense is problematic.
They need,
Detroit.
The Lions need the Packers to lose. They need the Packers to lose out. Yep. And then they would need to, I would assume they have to win out. Because I know.
Well, they don't have the tiebreaker.
They don't have the tiebreaker. But I forget the tie and where they are in the.
I think they need the Bears to lose out because they have that tiebreaker.
They do have that tiebreaker.
Well, they would play in week 18, right?
Because you're playing the Packers. Yeah, right now the Lions are 8-6-1 and the Packers are 9-4-1. So the Packers have one more win but 2 fewer losses. So I'm guessing. I'm just trying to figure out some quick math here. If the Lions went 2-1 and the Packers went 1-2, the Packers would have the tiebreaker. So they need that. The Packers need to lose out if the Lions are going to make the playoffs.
Well, they can't actually tie because of the tie.
And they can't. Yeah. So, but I mean, if the Packers lose on Saturday, then it's all bets are off because then they play the Ravens and then they play the frisky JJ McCarthy led Vikings in Week 18. I am surprised about your Seahawks level. I do think that they have leveled off a little bit. I watched them, and I think they are not as good as they were in the early part of the year. They had the 6-point win over the Titans. I didn't think they played very well against the Vikings. I honestly don't remember anything about the Falcons
Minnesota
game.
played really well in that. Here's the other thing. So Minnesota played your team on Sunday.
I saw.
The defense was fantastic. It was the most pressure that Dak has ever had at any
terrible.
point in his career.
I was miserable. My dad and I were sad.
The Commanders, they shut them out.
Yeah.
And the defense was great against Seattle. They were hounding Sam Darnold. They played very, very well. So I think Minnesota's defense, I think the Vikings are a better than usual 6.
They most certainly are.
They also have had a clown show quarterback situation most of the year.
Most definitely have.
You put those two things together and it kind of undoes some of how well your defense
really,
plays.
A 26-0 win, on paper is awesome, but I almost view that more as a opponent adjusted, quarterback adjusted, certainly 17-10 win, I kind of watched it, it felt like a 17-10 game, but Brosmer decided to just go.
If you took that specific play
then it's 19, and maybe they score.
You just turned it around. It's 19-7. It's a 12-point win.
Then I'm like, wow, that's really not impressive. And so, So
in the NFL?
Yeah. Yes. But again, we're talking about splitting hairs right now with who can actually do the thing. I think
it's funny that one of those teams has lost since that game, but it's not the one that someone said leveled off.
But you know what this is too. we've seen Matt Stafford do it. We haven't seen Sam Darnold
Right,
do it.
that's
And so,
fair.
like, there's just this implicit trust that we opt. That was, by the way, the other thing that I was going to bring up, that, like, we're like a Matt Stafford run away from, like, you being like, you got to eat crow with it, with people.
Yeah.
So,
no, I mean, if he does it in this
Again.
year, rail to rail is probably the best team in the NFL or one of the best teams in the NFL. I mean, 2 Super Bowls, you got to put him right there with Eli Manning is one of the best of all time to do it.
I hate it. Yeah, we don't want that, even though he's way better than Eli Manning. And you know it, Mike Schaefer. You know it. All right, when we return, first of all, one of our dear Packer fans, Sam, is not having a good time right now with your takes. Though he says, Jesus, this is worse than listening to K-Fan.
Oh.
That's funny. And then he had to send in a picture of Rosillo. I actually came away more impressed with the Vikings. Sam, that was pretty funny. But my friend Aaron, also Packer fans.
Does that guy actually think that Love is playing at an MVP level?
Packer fans think that Jordan Love is God's gift.
I don't understand.
They're very wrong about him. They think that they have another Hall of Famer.
All of his best games this year against like bottom third defense.
Again, his claim to fame is beating the Cowboys in the playoffs. Like, that's what people are still holding on to.
And he wasn't even the best Packer.
It's his
that
one game.
Aaron Jones was
his
incredible.
one playoff win.
To be fair, as of right now, he's the least problematic quarterback they've had in the last
For-
35 years.
And it's the Simpsons meme, right?
Uh-huh.
For now.
For now.
Let's see. I mean, who knows? Who knew that Aaron Rodgers, now he hasn't surpassed Favre. Favre is a scumbag.
Yes.
Stole money from poor people. But you never know. Jordan Love can dream big too, and I'm guessing that he will. I did want to read this from Aaron before we go to break. The key to Caleb Williams, because he's on your side on the Bears, is to just let him throw from the pocket where he is right next to J.J. McCarthy in terms of hitting open receivers. They rely on turnovers. They have a strong running game and a good play caller, but they are so freaking overrated. I don't think they are overrated because most people think they suck. I think I'm the outlier. I think they're underrated. I don't know how anyone could say they're overrated, though. Most people don't think that they're very good.
I just don't think the NFC is good. Like, that's the crux of our difference.
Yeah, see,
is
I
that
think the
I don't
NFC is-
really, other than the Rams Seahawks, I don't have a ton of respect for any of the rest of the
you
NFC
like
teams.
you like the newbies in the AFC way more than I like it's not a bunch of newbies in the NFC, but you like the Broncos, Jaguars, Patriots collective way more than I like those three.
Well, they're also just like, Broncos aside, because they don't really beat anybody
except for
down.
the Cowboys. Yeah,
But they just find ways to win games.
Yeah.
The Jaguars are just murdering some teams right
They
now.
are.
That's the part of it.
That
Now,
game against
I
Denver is
also
going to be
watched-
awesome.
I watched the Jaguars blow a massive lead against Davis Mills, so it's not like they're it's not like they're absolved from
Did we
having
watch
all
that
of
game?
these
Was that the
issues.
game we watched together?
No,
we saw a weird Texans game that day.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Oh,
which
that was
one we watched.
the CJ Stroud concussion game. When I was
Yeah.
over there. Yeah. By the way, Kugler on the call for that one this weekend. Kevin,
there you go.
have an awesome call. That's going to be great.
Good game.
All right. We'll have Mitch Holtis in a little bit. We're only on for another hour. Nick's 2.5 topic number. I mean, I don't know. Might be
be there.
another under. We have to do something Husker football related today. Yes, I know the Broncos destroyed the Cowboys. Congratulations. Who hasn't?
JJ McCarthy.
God, this is so depressing. I had a dream about the Cowboys the other night. I woke up angry.
Couldn't have been a good one.
It was it was practically a nightmare.
Was it Jerry announcing that he was extending his
No,
own lifetime
the
contract?
Eagles were beating them in my dream. And then I woke up and I was like, thank God they got that win. At least I have that win and the Chiefs win to sustain my hatred for this stupid sport. All right, Mike Schaefer's in. We're having a lovely time together. We actually are. More to come. Hour left.
I'm enjoying it.
16:20 The Zone. Josh Peterson, Mike Schaefer, Nick Grimm. It's Unsportsmanlike Conduct. We only have an hour left.
We do.
That's such a bummer. There's a bowl game. South Florida's playing Old Dominion. Old Dominion.
Their season, and then it kind of just didn't finish.
Yeah.
How you wanted.
He's got a
Then their
Pac-Man
coach
ghost.
is now the Auburn coach.
Why does Fozzie Whitaker have a Pac-Man ghost lapel?
Oh, good question, Nick. I don't know. I wonder if we still have the Nick Bod drop saying Old Dominion. Nick, type old.
Yep.
Type OLD. Oh, okay. I just meant like old.
Oh, my bad.
You're fine.
How else would you spell old?
No, I was trying to get him to do something, and he did it a different way. But you know what? I think that this is actually going to work out okay. Oh, there it is. You ready, Nick?
Yep. Hit it.
Dominion.
One more time.
Old Dominion.
There we go. Look at that. From Schick and Nick. Way back in the olden days. All right. So here's what's going on this hour. Mitch Holtis will join us in about 15 minutes. We'll talk some Chiefs, give them their last rites because the season's done. We will do a Husker football topic. We promised one. That is the goal for every show. We do want to do, that's what the people come here for, Schaef. We do want to do our top 10 TV shows. And so we're going to do it now because we did all of this work in the morning, or at least one of us did, and the other put it together haphazardly right before the show started. And we got to get to our top 10. Mike Schaefer, would you like to begin with your number? We'll go reverse order.
Okay.
Can you do reverse order?
Yeah.
Or do we have to do order?
I'm good with the reverse order.
Okay, perfect. So we're doing our 10 best TV shows / 10 favorite shows, however you want to describe it, of 2025. Everybody does lists. Schaef is like the one person that I can count on to watch a lot of television, and apparently he's been watching even more lately.
Things that are down here.
I wrote 13. Do you want to do our...
Yeah, I'll run through them really quick.
There's an extra one that I have for an honorable mention.
None of these were really in consideration. Now, to be fair, I think I really could have just done a list of top five, and been mostly fine with it. But Lone Bright River, did you watch that one?
Never even heard of it.
It was the Amanda Seyfried. It's on Peacock. She is a police officer in Philadelphia and investigating a situation that's gone awry that just goes deeper and deeper.
Wow.
And
I love
really
situations that go awry.
From there, we have Reacher, which I mentioned. I wasn't
Never
going
seen
to
it.
put in the. Just a fun show. Just a fun show.
Okay.
Righteous Gemstones, another fun show.
Absolutely.
Lincoln Lawyer. I've read all the books. Enjoy the Netflix show with Mickey Haller, and then Ballard, which is another Michael Conley set of novels. That there's a detective on. I think it's Prime.
Okay.
But so those are the honorable mentions. At number 10 for me.
Here, let me give you my honorable mentions
sorry.
real fast. So I have 4. I also have Righteous Gemstones. I have Hacks, which I know you are kind of like hot and cold on how much you enjoy Hacks. Platonic, which is with Seth Rogen and crap, I can't remember her name right now. She is from Australia. Olivia Dern. Either way, very funny show. Rose Byrne. I was close. There was an urn in there. And then I wrote this down. Welcome to Derry. The special effects sometimes are really crappy, and the overall sheen, like the green screen sheen of it, can be frustrating is too harsh, but just like it is what it is. I very much enjoyed the story, and I'm going to reread it next year because of this show. So
I have had a tough time telling myself to start that show.
Have you read the book?
Welcome to Derry's a book?
No, it.
Yeah, I read it.
I thought so.
Yeah, I read it. I've seen the movies. Yes.
I think you'd enjoy it.
Okay.
The kids are the highlight of the show, which is awesome because they're kid actors, you know.
Mhm.
And also when Pennywise starts showing up, stuff is awesome. He's not in it the whole time. So I would recommend it.
Okay.
Honorable mention, number 10.
Number 10 for me can find on Netflix. I just watched this recently. I watched Hunting Wives. It is a mystery. Brittany Snow, Malin Ackerman are the primary people in this. Boston family moves down to just outside of Dallas in this suburb. And again, just things go awry. Things aren't as they seem.
I love that.
And it's like really a trashy drama wrapped up in a mystery. It feels like a lot of the sort of kind of like Gone Girl-esque novel made into a television show.
Okay, now you're talking my language there.
So
I love Gone Girl.
It again, would I normally have ranked this? Probably not. But of everything I went through, it felt like it needed to be in there. So number 10.
Number 10 for me was Task on HBO. This was a fall show. It ended in October, I think.
Yes.
Mark Ruffalo, Tom Pelfrey, the kind of headliners, if you will. It is like in a way, it's kind of a typical investigation chase him down kind of story. But man, it ended up going so much deeper than that by the end of it. I really enjoyed it.
Understand how they're gonna have a second season.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what they do.
I'm curious what the setup is.
Yeah, so I recommend it. I think it was 7 episodes long. Really fun. Like and also not fun because it was kind of heavy at times, but a really good watch.
Number 9 for me, Your Friends and Neighbors. I think it's Your Friends and Neighbors. Yeah, Your Friends and Neighbors. John Hamm Show on ABC on Apple. I just unapologetically love everything John Hamm. The show has its peaks and valleys. It's not super consistent all the way through. There's some flawed character logic in there. However, it is really fun.
Yeah.
Like, it is a fun show. It is fun to watch John Hamm in that role. That is the selling.
You know what it is? For me, it was like, I don't really watch a lot of quote unquote trashy TV. And that is like upscale trash, if you will. And so I never regretted watching it. It is a lot of empty calories. I think it has the worst credit sequence of any show that I've ever watched.
Ooh.
I skip it every time. It's garbage. It looks like crap and I hate it. But I enjoyed the show for what it was.
I'm going to have to go back and rewatch it.
It's really, it looks computer generated the whole time.
Yeah.
Things explode. My number 9, we talked about this earlier, also on Apple, The Studio with Seth Rogen. He was the main guy. I loved it because the old school Hollywood buffet. I just loved how it leaned into actors and like they played up themselves in such funny ways. That was great. I like it when people can make fun of themselves. I enjoyed The Studio, my number 9 show of the year.
Yeah, I always like the trope of Hollywood does its take on Hollywood for outside viewers, and you get some inside jokes and you get some commentary on what it's like to be in the studio system.
Could agree more.
And how they feel about whatever Ted Sarandos or whatever his name is, award shows, all of that stuff.
That episode was
some
great.
of it is that the episodes like sort of stand alone on their own in a way. And if it's not good, it just felt like my mind would wander.
I know what you mean. Like some like the highs
they were good. The
super
highs
high.
are really high, and then when it's bad, it's like I'm just looking at my phone waiting for this to be done.
Yeah.
To me, the sign of a really good show is if I never look at my phone when it's on.
That's why life hack for me, watch a show with my wife, never look at my phone during it because neither of us looks at our phone during a show.
The thing is, like, we can start off that way, and then if neither of us are that into the show, then you end up on the phone.
Yeah,
So
sure.
Yeah.
Understandable. Number 8.
Number 8 for me is Stick, an Owen Wilson golf comedy on Apple.
Never watched it.
I enjoyed the heck out of it.
Was it another kind of upscale trash?
No, I wouldn't call it trash. It's just sort of, it's in the Ted Lasso kind of vibe of like,
okay,
mostly feel good comedy. Mark Maron, pretty much anything with Mark Maron is going to get me involved in it to some level. Owen Wilson was a once very talented golfer that had a complete and utter meltdown at the same time that a horrible life event happened. And Timothy Olyphant plays the villain.
I like Timothy
and he's great. It's well done. It's fun. Owen Wilson comes back as a caddy for a now promising golfer who wears the baggiest clothes ever. And they play him up very Gen Z. And so I get to enjoy the like, I hate everything about this guy vibe of it too.
Nice. Gen Z, they suck. Number 8 for me, Severance. Talked about it a little bit earlier, so don't have to go too much deeper. Just thought the second season took a step back. I thought the highs again were very high. I thought what was it? One of the last episodes where it went off and followed what's her name into her hometown. Didn't like that episode very much. Severance, number 8 for me. Number 7.
Hacks. I have Hacks.
You
here.
had Hacks in your top 10
Yeah.
and I didn't. Well, that's up for me.
I just think I really just enjoy and appreciate. Again, it's a oftentimes Hollywood take on sort of the entertainment industry in itself. I like the push-pull generational thing.
Very funny.
And I thought the lead into this year, there was a lot of, the way the third season ended, there was a lot that was set up for this.
Yes,
this
there
fourth
was.
year, and I thought it delivered for me.
I did too. I really did enjoy that show. My number 7, a show I've talked about a lot lately, Death by Lightning, Michael Shannon, Matthew McFadden. Awesome show. James Garfield, President of the United States, gets assassinated. It's only 4 episodes. I cannot recommend this more, especially if you're like, a lot of these shows are multiple seasons or a lot of episodes. This is only 4. It's a great period story. I told Riss, it makes me want to read a book about every president so I could just learn more about the history of America. So I could not recommend Death by Lightning, my number 7. Number 6.
Number 6, The Diplomat, a show that I've really enjoyed with Kerry Russell. I've
heard this show is awesome.
Basically, if you're someone who enjoys political thrillers, that's more or less what this is. She's a diplomat over working with American-Britain relations as things have gone sideways over there, awry, if you would.
Mm.
Things have gone awry, as they often do in these television shows.
Uh-huh.
And it has a loaded cast. This year included Bradley Whitford and Allison Janney. And if you like The West Wing, it was just fantastic to see them back together.
Interesting. My number 6, Adolescence, Netflix show. It centers on.
Never watched this. I've seen this on so many. When I was like, what did I watch this year? This was on everyone's top 10.
It's incredible. It's
everyone's top 10. I don't even know if I've heard of it prior to this week.
13-year-old arrested after the murder of one of his classmates. Is it him? Is it not? Every episode is one continuous take. Every episode they actually did it. There was no chicanery. Every episode is one take.
Whoa.
It is heavy. I mean, it's about somebody murdering a 13-year-old girl and who did it. It's ridiculously great. I probably have it too low, but I went more with what I liked more, not what this was it might have been the actual best show, but I liked other shows more. That was my number 6. I recommend it a lot. Again, very heavy. Number 5.
I have The Man on the Inside with the Ted Danson show on Netflix.
I still haven't watched season 2.
Yeah, I haven't finished it. It's the only show.
So
on
that
here
was the one I was wondering what show you meant. When
it
you
hasn't
asked me
been
that.
completely finished. There's a few others. Like I don't know how. Like Landman should probably be on this list for me, but I haven't watched enough of season 2 to say. There's a Netflix show, The Beast in Me, that I haven't finished that yet, so I wasn't. But this one, I watched season 1 this year, I think, as well. Really enjoyed it. Season 2 has been a continuation of that. Really just kind of enjoy the show as a whole.
All right, we're going to have to leave a cliffhanger because we have Mitch Holtis coming up in a second. My number 5, The Rehearsal. Season 2 was ridiculous.
I'm shocked this isn't your number 1.
No, I like other shows more, but this show was great. The season 2 finale, I don't even want to spoil it because it would ruin the surprise for anybody who decides to watch it. Nathan Fielder's second season of this show, entirely different than season 1. Ridiculous. You're not a Nathan Fielder guy. This is some of our comedy, like we just don't overlap, and so we don't really ever get a chance to talk about it. Thankfully for The Rehearsal, I have Mike Stibbs to text about, and I texted him the night of the finale. I said, have you watched it yet? And he said, not yet. I'm just about to start it. And I said, please text me when you are finished because I want to talk about this. And I think he just sent WTF like a half hour later, and it was great. So I don't know if you know how it ends. I'll tell you during the break because you're never going to watch it.
I will never watch it.
All right, perfect. There we go. Stibbs, Rehearsal rocks. So good. Thank you, Stibbs. MJ85 writes, how do you guys watch so much TV? I don't know. You just got to kind of plan your life around it. I don't have kids. Schaef has a child.
I have a child.
It'll probably get more difficult for you as you continue to get older, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, usually we knock episodes out when the kid goes to bed.
There you go.
There's that.
Yeah. Riss and I watch a lot of stuff together. Some of this stuff is all on my own. All right, we'll have our top 4 after Mitch Holtis. When we return, though, Mitch Holtis is going to join us. We'll talk about the Kansas City Chiefs and what he is expecting from the offseason as it, sadly for Kansas City, has arrived earlier than planned. That's next on 1620 The Zone.
You ready?
The most exciting announcer in professional football.
Picked off at the goal line. 20, 15, 10, 5. Jalen Watson. Welcome to the
Nobody can paint a picture with words quite like he can.
They might just be gargling in the nectar by that game. I think the rectal buzz that you get from the seat, maybe,
The man.
touchdown! Kansas City!
The myth.
You can doubt the Chiefs. You can dislike the Chiefs. You can disrespect the Chiefs. You're going to have to deal with the Chiefs.
The legend of the Hy-Vee Saturn.
you want to try this one right now in the parking lot of the stage show. Hy-Vee.
Mitch Holthus.
A 3-yard touchdown pass in overtime. Kansas City wins the game. 25-22.
We welcome in live on the video stream right now the voice of the Kansas City Chiefs, Mitch Holthus. Mitch, I realized this morning that this will be the second to last time, penultimate as it were, that we talk to you all season long because we're off next week for Christmas. We're off the week after that for New Year. And then after that, week 18 will be in the rear view mirror. So we are coming upon the end. How are you?
Well, we haven't been in this spot for a while, not since 2014. So you look at a run where in a 7-season span, the Chiefs' 107 wins is the most in NFL history in that 7-year span. What's interesting, and we'll talk about this maybe on the last show we do in a couple of weeks, is that here's Buffalo with the door wide open for them with 84 wins in a 7-year span and has not made the Super Bowl. That's the most wins in that span of not making the Super Bowl. So there's some numbers there to give you a little bit of indication of what's going on. But and then John, I don't know, did John resign after losing to K-State, or what happened there? Do we know?
Yeah, well, they got a basketball game in like an hour, and so he said, I'm not coming on the show today.
You can do the show and just turn it around. You got this set up. Come on. Anyway, people would watch that courtside. It's like those GoPro cameras with me. It's crazy how many views those get. But I'm thinking, don't scratch, don't belch, don't pick your nose. I had some fans that were on me because I wiped like snot on my nose. And they're like, God, that's so gross. So the GoPro cameras seem like a good idea.
So let me ask you this, Mitch, to kick off the conversation. Over the span of in real time, like half hour, an hour, not only does the season come to an end from the playoff standpoint, but of course the Mahomes injury, tearing his ACL in the process. I'm wondering now what we're talking to you 3 days later, 72 hours, processing that 1-2 gut punch of the current situation and also kind of the short and long-term view of things going forward. Like what's it been like, I guess, for you and for the franchise over the last few days?
And I said 2014, since we've been in this mode, not making the playoffs, and would have tied the New England Patriots for the 11 straight years of making it if we would have made it. But that sequence of events, and I don't want to over-dramatize it, but it almost feels like going back to 2012 and that 2-14 year, and we had the Belcher murder-suicide. Now, this isn't that dramatic, so don't just understand, though, that I think in that month of December of 2012, which I said was phytoplankton, that was the feeling of being at the lotus of the organism at the bottom of the ocean. It's not that, but it's not dissimilar just because of not only getting knocked out of the playoffs, but then losing Pat and having the surgery. But he's had it already. I mean, he's already, what is this, Wednesday, and he's like got a flamethrower out trying to figure out what his next workout's going to be. He's an amazing dude. But the feeling has been, wow, that is a lot to pile on. But I told you guys, and this is an excuse, but it's like stretching the rubber band. You just keep stretching it, and then it breaks. We lost like 3 guys in a span of about 6 plays. And I think it was and that's what I was thinking of, like, man, the rubber band is starting to snap here.
You know, Mitch, I'm really curious, like, what do you think this is going to look and feel like over these next few weeks? Because as you've mentioned multiple times now, this is just not something Kansas City fans or Kansas City players, coaches, any of them have been in this position in a while, where there's still games left on the schedule. The Chiefs have been eliminated, and you still got a season to go finish. You got home games left in there. You got the game against the Broncos. What do you think it looks like, and how do you think they approach it all?
It's a great question, Mike, but I'm going to give you an analogy here, and it's why I hate players and teams opting out of bowls. And here's why. They are not meaningless. They essentially become the beginning of your 2026 season. I've seen too many teams, like K-State opted out of their bowl. And I know the coaching change and transfer portal and NIL and blah, blah, blah. If I can find 40 guys and I'm Nebraska or K-State, I'm going to go play that game just because it's too valuable under a real world circumstance that you don't get any other time. Preseason's not like that. So you ask Mike, the Chiefs are going to try to win all 3 of these games. Don't even start about thinking about tanking or ask me about it. I'll fight everybody I can find. It's a matter of trying to win the games. But at the same time, what do you have in Esapole? This dude came from nowhere. He didn't even play high school football. And all of a sudden he's going up against these elite players. And so did we just stumble into something here? Ashton Gelati's a player. He could be a real key in 2026. Noel Williams has 5 passes defense, and he's only played 20% of the snaps. Jalen Watson's played 97% of the snaps and has 1 more pass defense than Noel Williams. What do we have in Noel Williams? What do we have in Jalen Royals? What do we have in Brashard Smith, the running back? So Kevin Knowles. It's the beginning of the 2026 season. Now, you're going to try to win them just like you'd win a bowl game. But us just blowing off these bowls puts people behind, I think, and going into 26. We're going to use these 3 games to win, but do some real evaluation in a real-world setting against good players on the other side to see what we really have of who you can count on going into next season or not. It's more important. Fans will check out. I got it. But inside the fort, it's on. And we got to find some stuff out.
Mitch Holtz is joining us, Voice of the Chiefs, brought to you by Hy-Vee, official grocery partner of the Kansas City Chiefs. Looking at the opponent on Sunday, Mitch, I'm curious, what have you seen from Cam Ward in your watchings of him? Because, I think that there is certainly some promise there. I don't think that he was hoping to lose his head coach in the middle of his first year in the NFL. And so, there's all sorts of stuff going on in that regard. Or is this a group that you think is playing its best football now as we reach the end of the year?
I do. And he's had his best 2 weeks, arguably the last 2, or at least he stayed on his feet. He did not get sacked against San Francisco last week. That's the first time all year. He's been sacked 49 times. That's the most in the league, actually tied with Justin Herbert and Geno Smith. They have Tony Pollard on this team. Man, if the Chiefs had Tony Pollard, they might be in the playoffs. The guy's had a hundo the last 2 weeks, and I think he busted a 141 or 161 2 weeks ago. And remember, with the Cowboys, he had 3 years. He was totaled up 3,100 yards. He's real good. And then you get DK, the guy that's got 2 punt returns for them, who was at Wisconsin. Then he transferred to Florida. He's for real. And Jeffrey Simmons is for real. Leads the NFL among interior defensive linemen in sacks and tackles for losses. I know they're 2-12. They've had double-digit losses the last 2 years. They fired Coach Callahan. Got it. Understand all that. But this goes back to my point that Mike was asking, in that you're going to get some evaluation against some really good players in all 3 phases. I'm going to include special teams here, because if you want to argue that, the Titans are 3rd in the league. They got 4 non-offensive touchdowns, and those 2 punt returns will jump off the screen at you.
Mitch, what is going back to Mahomes before we let you go? It's so early to ask you what's the expectation or hope, but what do we know about any sort of a timeline and what that could, in theory, look like over the coming months?
Josh, it's honestly everybody, all the 3 of us are different. If we faced it, everybody's physiology is different, and we can sit here and have a dartboard up there and throw darts at it. But let's just look at this for a second, in the fact that, first of all, he was able to have surgery a day after his injury. That meant the swelling allowed them to do that surgery. The technology for that injury in dealing with it is grown by leaps and bounds in the last 5 years. I think Burrow had to wait 10 days maybe for the swelling to go down to get his ACL repair and LCL2 here in Pat's case. But think who's surrounding Pat. He's not only got our doctors and our trainers are really good. That gal you see on the State Farm commercial is for real. That's not just a ha-ha. And then he's got, meaning Patrick, has got his whole army of doctors, surgeons, rehab. Pat's surrounded by a small army here. And the fact that he's already kind of on the move makes you think that the timetable would be a little quicker than most, but we don't know. But everybody's physiology is different, and we also know how the mindset of that guy is. He'll burn it up. You don't want him to get back too fast. You can from that injury, but if anybody's going to attack it every second, it's that guy.
Well, certainly will be something that I imagine everybody will be following over the course of the offseason once it gets going after the Super Bowl and even before then.
And Josh, to your point, and we'll talk about this too, but here's where it affects you. It takes him out of your OTAs. It takes him out of his own OTAs. It takes him out of mini camps. And for us, that's a big deal. And I've talked to you guys about it before, especially during the training camp reports. So he is going to miss all that, and you can't replace that time.
No, you certainly cannot. It will be the story of the offseason alongside whoever wins the Super Bowl, but that will be the story of the offseason, and I imagine we'll be talking about it plenty here. Mitch Holtis, voice of the Chiefs, brought to you by Hy-Vee, official grocery partner of the Kansas City Chiefs. Mitch, as we mentioned at the top, last time we're going to talk to you in 2025. Hope that you have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year as well, and we will get I can't believe it, the season finale recap with you next time we speak in a few weeks. Hope the end of 2025 is as good as possible for you, given that it is nowhere near what you thought it would be coming into the season.
Maybe I'll do a game for Bishop, knock him out, give him a night off. I'll do a little Blue Jay basketball with Coach McDermott on the pregame show.
You know what? He would very much. I know that Mac would appreciate that at the very least. You know, he'd appreciate
It'd be fun. All right, guys.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mitch. Mitch Holtis joining us, Voice of the Chiefs, brought to you by Hy-Vee, official grocery partner of the Kansas City Chiefs. Certainly, they will be the storyline of the offseason. More to come. Come back. We have one segment to go. We're going to be the cram boys. We're going to be cramming stuff in there. We still got to get to our...
Yeah, you got to finish the top...
We got 4
Yeah.
TV shows to go. Somebody said, what are our favorite 3 shows ever? So we could give that to them as well. And more. A reminder, though, that 1620 The Zone is giving away a pair of tickets to the upcoming AEW Dynamite New Year's Smash. Schaef, it's coming up on December the 31st at Liberty Credit Union, Liberty First Credit Union Arena, and that is a reminder 2 weeks from today.
You watch Nebraska play Utah.
Whoa.
And then you go to the Liberty First Credit Union.
And how about this? You can listen to the Connor Happer Show all week long for your chance to win. More deets can be found online at 1620thezone.com. So go do that today. And don't forget, as the year comes to a close, join the VIP club. Sign up for 1620, the email. You can do that right now at 1620thezone.com. All right, we will come back. We'll give you the rest of our top 10. See if we agree on anything as we near the very end of it. I don't think we're going to.
Probably not.
Don't think we're going to. Our top 3 favorite shows of all time. And we'll get you ready for Blue Jay basketball. Schaefer has promised 5 minutes that he would like to opine about Creighton. So I'm gonna lay out and give give you 5 minutes.
I don't recall that.
All right, maybe 5 seconds.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. All right, maybe Nick will fill in for him. Oh, nice. Matt Rule, any thoughts? All right, that's Matt Rule's thoughts on Creighton as well. But right now, a reminder that Josh Peterson here for Underdog Fantasy, the Underdog Fantasy app, an app you can use to make picks and win money up to 5,000 times your cash. In fact, right now, and you can do it in Nebraska. Playing Underdog, incredibly easy. Just pick whether your favorite player is going to go higher or lower on stats like points, rebounds, assists, steals. You can do fantasy points as well. Maybe a big Wembanyama guy. He's been playing great, coming back from that injury. Now the Spurs lost last night to the Knicks, but still, you can go higher or lower on a variety of stats with him. And if you use our promo code today, which is 1620 the zone, all one word, 1620 the zone, you can score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. Again, very easy to use, and you can do so right now in Nebraska. So download that app today, put in our promo code 1620 the zone, and score those $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. Underdog, make picks, win money. Must be 19 plus and present in Nebraska. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com for details. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Josh Peterson, Mike Schaefer, Nick Grimm finishing up the Grum on this Wednesday. We'll be off in a few minutes for Creighton pregame. Creighton and Xavier coming up at 5:30. Pregame with John begins at 5. We were actually just looking at the sketch for the early part of 2026. Finding some other days that maybe Mike Schaefer will be in for, including
Brian.
January 6th. John will not be here. Where will John be on January 6th? Interesting.
He's going to miss Summerfest.
He's going to miss J6 Summerfest. You want to see the graphic? I keep showing everybody the graphic that I have started on, and then I just never get back to it.
It's actually what, the 5-year anniversary?
5-year anniversary. So here's the first part of the thoughts. Probably won't do that. Don't want to get in trouble. So probably won't do that.
Yeah, I don't know that it's going to go great.
I like the font choices. I'll just figure out a different back. Maybe just a picture of a giant bratwurst.
I don't think the font's the problem.
Or maybe
No,
it can be like a fun lava lamp kind of vibe.
There we go. Okay, Nick. I like the way you're thinking.
Get a little more Woodstocky with it.
All right.
Oh, I was just going to say, if you wanted to go an entirely different route, you can kind of copy the Sausage Fest movie poster.
Dan Hoppin's favorite movie.
Yes, the Summerfest.
Oh, that's a great.
And then you know.
The Idea Man.
That's what I would maybe push you towards.
I like
personally.
This. Yeah, that's a good idea.
I did laugh because in my head I was thinking about how much Dan hated it.
Dan, that trailer came out, and I thought it was an affront to Dan. Yeah. Dan, I miss you. Hope Dan's doing well. I know you saw him recently.
I had lunch with Dan the other day. He's doing great.
Yeah, and then I saw I knew where you went, and then I saw on Instagram his review, and I was like, "Where's Mike Schaefer? Take a photo with Schaefer."
Yeah, I wasn't in the photo.
You didn't show up in the photo.
I bet lunch with Dan is a fun time.
It was a good time. I hadn't seen Dan in person in a long time, so it was nice to catch up. It was one of those that lunch turned into like we were there for a long time.
Nice. Shout out to lunch.
Lunch is great. Poor Happer. Someday he'll get to have it. I'm gonna have lunch with him.
Wow, this is incredible. All right,
I just have lunch with people. I don't have a job. I just do lunch.
That could be a job.
That would be an amazing job.
Lunch with.
I would love. Maybe I should start a business model that's just me going to lunch with people. They want to go to lunch with someone, but they don't have anyone to go with. But it's like Uber, but for somebody to go to lunch with.
This Ken's job is lunch.
I like this.
I would be so good at going to lunch.
You would. You and I are going to lunch so hard
good
tomorrow.
Conversation.
Great conversation.
They would probably enjoy where we would go for lunch.
Probably.
I'm going to look into seeing if I can make this a business.
All right. Maybe we talk about this tomorrow.
Yeah, this could be a thing.
Scott writes, we are never getting that top 4. Scott, you're wrong. We're giving it to you right now. Let's recap our top 10 TV shows of 2025. We went 10 to 5 before we talked to Mitch Holtis. My 10 was Task. 9 was The Studio. 8 was Severance. 7 was Death by Lightning. 6 was Adolescence. And 5, and an upset to Mike Schaefer, was The Rehearsal. Schaef, what is your 10 to 5?
10, Hunting Wives. 9, Your Friends and Neighbors. 8, Sticks. 7, Hacks. 6, The Diplomat. 5, The Man on the Inside.
What is your number 4?
Number 4, Task.
Task. I had it 10, so I
wanted to like this more than I did. I had so much enthusiasm for it, and it was good. It just didn't get to the level where it was great.
Mayor of Easttown was better, in my opinion.
I've never actually watched that.
Whoa. Yeah. Schaef, you don't have a job right now. You should check out Mayor of Easttown.
All right.
I think you would love it. If you liked Task, Mayor of Easttown, much different and similar in ways, in my opinion, better.
Same
creator. Yeah. Also set in the Delco area of the country.
Okay.
And it is, what's her name from Titanic, who is the main star. Why can't I think of her name?
Kate Winslet.
Kate Winslet. She is the lead in that movie.
Yeah,
you would love it.
I want to say real quickly, there is a massive gap between everything that follows after 4 and then everything that goes.
Okay, so I would say my real close group of shows started with Adolescence. So like my top 6, I could jumble these up on a different day, and I think I'd be okay with it. My number 4 is Pluribus, which is still ongoing. It sounds like last week's episode was very divisive. I thought it was great. There was very little dialogue in it. It was essentially a 2-person show, and the people were apart the whole time.
Man, Vince Gilligan loves that.
He does. And so like I think that Pluribus is a show that if you are in on the Vince Gilligan operation of patience, like paying off, I think you will love this. If you are expecting it to be kind of like late stage Breaking Bad, where it was like plot, that's probably, I'm going to guess why. And I'm not saying, because you've only watched 1 episode, and so I don't really know exactly what you'll think moving forward. I am very much digging it, but I am along for the ride, and I will, wherever Vince Gilligan takes me, I'm going to be there for him.
I think the reason I've just decided to stack a bunch of episodes because I just want to knock a lot of it out in a row. because I don't know that it's a show that I would be that excited to watch week to week.
Yeah.
So I think I just
and
have to,
I'm
like,
loving watching it week to week.
I think I just have to like plow through it.
The Plowman.
The Plowman.
Yeah. All right, Schaef,
All right.
you're number 3.
Okay, so number 3 for me, you mentioned it earlier, Death by Lightning. I love this. I love any sort of historical drama.
Yes.
I knew some of the pieces of this. I didn't. There's a lot I actually learned.
I didn't know.
And then I went back and I actually found out this is based off of a book my brother had read. He said the book's incredible.
Oh,
so I might go read the book now.
Nice.
But the cast is just outstanding.
It's insane.
You didn't even mention Nick Offerman.
I
who
did
might
not
be the
mention
best
Nick
part
Offerman,
of
who
the
has
whole
in the first episode he laughs like Nick Offerman laughs sometimes, and it's very funny. What's his
great.
name? Bradley Whitford is in it as well. So I think I had it maybe a little bit lower. I thought it peaked early. I think I liked the first 2 episodes more than the second 2 episodes, which makes sense because like there's like this wonder of like this guy coming out of nowhere and becoming the president, and then you have to deal with the assassination, and also like the ridiculous way in which he died is so like infuriating. For this probably happened to a lot of people in the 1800s.
It'd be like having the Chargers team doctor.
It really would, but for the president.
Or the Steelers
hey,
dry needling guy.
let's keep poking around in there. What are we gonna find? I don't know, but you're gonna kill him. I didn't know anything about him. I think I told this to John and Happer on a crossover once. You know, I remember as a kid going to the Wikipedia page of the assassinated presidents, and it's like Abraham Lincoln, John F. Kennedy. And I'm like, who is this guy that was a president for a few months? I've never heard of that guy. I'm happy I watched this show.
Do you know who William McKinley is?
I know the name.
Because he's the 4th assassinated.
Yeah. Oh, see, I totally
not
forgot
in
about that
order.
guy.
I mean, JFK.
And then who's the guy who gave his speech in
Teddy Roosevelt? If you don't know who Teddy Roosevelt is,
No, the one who like didn't have a coat on and he died.
That's William Henry Harrison.
Yeah.
I know all the. I'm very
You're
history
Dude,
oriented. Yeah.
You, no matter what happened in your life, you were always going to be a dad because you love history. Also, Death by Lightning. If you are one of those dads that loves history, like seriously, this is your show, and it's only 4 episodes. Highly
It's
recommend
really
it.
great.
Yeah. All right. We are into the top 3. I know we're gonna have a little bit more overlap here at some point in time. Will it be with your third pick?
Well, that was my third.
Oh, that was your third?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's my third. The Chair Company. I love
overlap.
I knew that we wouldn't have any overlap. I adored the Chair Company. I want to rewatch it right now. I am now going through and watching Detroiters for the first time, which again, I think that you would actually like Detroiters. If you are in on Tim Robinson, and especially if you like Friendship, which we did in Movie Club. Nick, you liked Friendship, did you not?
Did.
I think you would love Chair Company. It is unhinged in a way that I've seen very few shows. And I loved it. It's so funny. I have a group chat where every Monday we would text about it, and we still text each other jokes. And there's a very famous GIF where he says WTF, and it's so funny, and I like using it with all my friends. So there you go. Chair Company. I adore
a show
the show
for friends.
It really is, man. It's so memeable. It's so
Except
funny.
this particular
Except
friend.
you, because your sense of humor with TV is just so different than mine. I will get you to watch reviews.
I don't know that it's
for-
just TV. It might just be my sense of humor in general.
No, but because we connect on a variety of other levels.
Yeah.
And we laugh together.
No, right, but it's just like very specifically like this is just something.
This,
I've
yeah,
never-
maybe it's just this. I will get you to watch review. I think you'll like review. That's the
I've
show.
watched an episode. I
You
laughed
watched one
during the episode.
You just got to get to episode 3. Episode 3 is the one where everything changes.
Okay, well, we're 2 away from that.
All right, you'll get there someday. Do you still have that login to Paramount Plus?
I'm not going to comment on it.
Oh no, sad. All right, number 2. Will we have the overlap here?
Now, I don't know. This is where the rankings gets tough because I put the show that I thought was the best show, but number 2 was my favorite show that I watched in all of 2025.
And that is
The Lowdown.
Oh,
A
wow.
tremendous show with a true historian named I don't even know what his name is in the show, but it's played by Ethan Hawke. He's incredible.
What channel is this on?
The show
What channel?
evokes.
What streaming service is this on?
It was on Hulu.
Okay.
It's FX and
What
Hulu.
channel? Good Lord.
This
how old
show
am I?
Can I get the clicker, please?
absolutely evokes Coen Brothers, Fargo. It is made in that level. It's set in Tulsa.
I need to watch the show.
It
don't
has
I?
phenomenal. There is 0% chance that you will not love this show.
Yeah.
You will love everything that the show is about. You will love the subtext. You will love the way that it's made. You will love the weird characters that are in there. You will love Ethan Hawke. You will love the mystery in the show.
Maybe this is a Christmas break kind of
It
show.
is
for
a
me.
fantastic show. It's my favorite thing that I watched all of this year. It is not, however, the best show.
Okay. I wonder if my number 2 is your number 1. My number 2 is The Pit.
Yes.
Yeah. The Pit, incredible. We are actually doing a rewatch right now. A few days ago, we were bored and we were like, we wanted to watch something, but we didn't want to watch like a new episode of something. And it was like, let's just find something. And so I opened up HBO and I was scrolling through the app and there was The Pitt. And I said, oh man, The Pitt. And she said, I would watch The Pitt. And thus we restarted it. And we are now 7 or 8 episodes in, which is great because it comes back in not even a month. It's back on January 8th. Incredible show. I mean, if you liked ER back in the day, this is, in my opinion, like Elevated makes it sound like ER was a bad show. This is just a show that you couldn't do in that time frame because it was on network television. And I think I remember watching the first episode and there's this woman and her foot is like bent forward even more somehow. And they like crunch it back up. And I was like, wow, we're not watching ER this time. And it's a great like medical drama. It's also just a great character drama, a great character study. And the bit, if you will, the shtick of the show is that each episode is an hour, which is super important because it's a 12-hour, well, in theory, it's a 12-hour shift, but there are 15 episodes. I wonder what could happen that would result in them having more hours together.
They work overtime.
It's awesome. The rewatch is also holding up. Like, I am still raptured by it. That's not the word. Rapted? What's the word I'm looking for? You're
enraptured.
There we go. Yeah, one of those. Yeah, it's awesome. It's
enthralled.
A great enthralled. That's a great word. And also Noah Wiley, who was on ER, is the main doctor. And then it's a bunch of people you've never heard of before, which is also really cool because it's a lot of young people that we are seeing for the first time, including Bryan Cranston's daughter, who plays one of my favorite characters on the show. So that is The Pitt. Schaef, that is your number one.
Yeah, that's my number one show. I thought it was the best show I saw all of this year. I do not like medical dramas for what it's worth. So it took me basically being like, okay, everyone that has told me about this show, we were sitting at the table of the winner of the March Madness thing that
is that when I first started telling you about it?
And there was people there talking about the show that work in the medical industry, and they're like, this is really close representation of it.
Yeah.
And then the actual way that the show is made and shot and the cinematography of it and the production of it is all amazing if you care about any of that sort of thing. On top of the stories are really, really good, and it just hits you in all sorts of different ways.
Yeah.
So I love the show. It, like I said, Lowdown is a more up my alley of like what I really, really like.
The Pitt was better.
But The Pitt was just awesome. Just truly, I'm very, very excited for season 2.
Let's see if we can get Nick on it as well.
And when I went out to LA and I did a tour of Warner Brothers,
this was awesome.
Back when Paramount sent me on a fact finding mission about Warner, but then they fired me so that I didn't ever deliver my facts of Warner Brothers. I was there when they were filming the second season.
Cool.
And we didn't get to go into the area that they were filming, though I campaigned very hard.
Yeah.
The tour guide was like, we can't do that. We're not allowed to. But I got to watch the extras.
That's fine.
And a couple of the stars of the show wander off.
My number one is Andor, Disney Plus. Second and
somehow I knew that.
Second and finally, you did or didn't know that? Yeah. Andor, tremendous show.
A lot of recommendations my way on this.
I forget if you even like Star Wars. Do you like the project of Star Wars?
Star Wars.
Andor is a Star Wars show.
I am familiar with Star Wars.
So a lot of diehards.
What's the Rogue One is the best Star Wars thing ever made.
100%.
So everyone's like, oh, if you have this opinion, you'll like Andor.
Because Andor is the lead up to Rogue One.
Sure.
Andor is a show that I know some Star Wars fans don't like because there are no lightsabers in it. It is a Star Wars show.
Sounds like the kind of Star Wars show I might like.
It's for grown-ups. It's incredible. I recommended it to a friend who does not like Star Wars, and he could not stop texting me about it. He loved it. And this season was really, really, really good. And I don't know what to say other than it is incredible television, but I also know that it is not for everyone because like there's the barrier of entry of Star Wars. And then there's the barrier of entry of if you like a certain kind of Star Wars, maybe this isn't for you. I've been trying to tell Nick to watch it for years. Maybe he'll get to it eventually. So that is my number one. Before we go, because now it is time to leave, we won't even get to that Husker topic, Schaef. I'm sorry for that. Max did want to know, is there any way I could get you guys to do a super quick 3 favorite TV shows of all time? I told you it's easier for me than it seems like it is for you. Breaking Bad, The Wire, Mad Men. Boom. That's my top 3 by far. Number 4 would be Arrested Development, only if it's the first 3 seasons. And then after that, then it gets a little harder. Leftovers, certainly is going to pop up. Watchmen is going to pop up.
Leftovers?
You know me and the Leftovers. You never got to
see
season 2.
Watchmen with 1 season?
Watchmen's awesome. Yeah. See, but I'm also a Damon Lindelof honk. Watchmen.
One season of Watchmen is one of the greatest shows of all time for you?
Was amazing.
I mean, I watched it.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. Yeah, you did.
You
were-
watched, man.
Yeah.
I watched Watchmen.
Schaef, we got 30 seconds. What? You got a top three?
For me, it's Mad Men. I decided on The Wire, and then I'm gonna go Atlanta for my third one here.
Great pick.
Absolutely love that show. Very sad when it ended. I also briefly considered Better Call Saul.
I was wondering if that was going to show up.
Yeah. Halt and Catch Fire. Those would be the ones that would
Halt and Catch Fire. Kevin writes, did you guys ever get to Husker football? Give me a 10-second Husker football take.
Looking tough for 2026.
Could not agree with you more, Schaef, and maybe that's something John and I will talk about. I have like 4 topics that we didn't get to that I'm just going to send to John. Be like, hey, here's something for tomorrow. You probably got 2 hours of sleep.
Total?
Probably like 3. We did NFL. We did TV shows.
Oh, we hit the over?
We did 2.
We did 2. NFL and TV shows. Wow.
I'm really good at this.
All right. Schaef, appreciate it as always.
All right, see ya.
Nick, appreciate it as always.
Thank you.
I'm Josh Peterson. John Bishop on the call next for Creighton and Xavier live from Cincinnati. We will talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.